Very honest. I saw that, when somebody was raising the hand, the friend was pulling them down. He said, hey, you're a horrible singer, don't make a, scene. Huh? And someone, they're all pointing, this guy, he was not raising his hand. Right? So like this, somebody has to tell you that you're a good singer or not. Right? Today we have no idea who you are. Because, it's on your 6th age onwards, right? Every yes, every no you got define who you are. You have no idea who you are anymore. Somebody has to tell you your hairstyle is good, your handwriting is good, you're good in academics, you're good in sports, right? Somebody is giving you chappa all the time. And you have no idea today that who you are. And we just follow what is happening, right? If you go, for example, the school days, right? You all had uniforms. Many of you hated the uniforms, right? But today, if I see that 80% of you are wearing jeans, 80% of you are wearing jeans, that's so you become an unofficial uniform. So this is about the mentality of, so the youth meet that you end up wearing, I don't see much, otherwise many of the colleges I go, the black shirt and blue jeans become a uniform. You hated uniform till your 12th standard, right? Now you have a freedom. You're not enjoying there you go, there's a black shirt and he was smiling at him, okay, right? So you're not enjoying the freedom that's given to you. You're again falling into the, what we call herd mentality, right? Everybody is wearing a jeans and the black shirt. That's where I see in many colleges. So this is what about the characteristic about, not having the fear, right? So voice of judgment. So when the moment I ask a question, what went in your mind? Why is he asking you to sing a song? Is it a trick question and all that stuff? 6-year-old do not have that. They'll jump and start singing, right? They never worry about those things. So this is where entrepreneurship comes in. When everybody sees a problem, what the entrepreneur sees? Opportunity. Who said opportunity? Yeah, awesome. Good, fantastic. Right? When everybody sees a problem, entrepreneur sees the opportunity, right? And so here is an algebra question, right? If everybody says something as X, and you call that Y, what the world will call you? What the world will call you, man? Yeah. What's the name? Okay. Yeah, what the world will call you, right? If everybody calls something X, you call that Y. Yeah? Yeah, when everybody calls something X, right? You call that Y. What the world will call you? Yeah, there you go. Who said that? Awesome. Get up. Yeah. What's your name, yeah? Ayush, give him a clap here. They'll call you idiot, right? Some places people say that innovative, out of the box thinker. Nobody will call you like that. They'll say you're a mad person, yeah? So that is where entrepreneurship comes in, right? The moment you call the problem as an opportunity, the world will call you as a crazy person, right? Mad person. And you have to behave like a 6-year-old singing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, right? You don't care whether you're a good singer and could be good for A.R. Rahman audition or not. All of you are good singer, right? How many of you in a hostel? Yeah, awesome, good. 11 p.m. that somebody shouting, calling it a song, right? You're all done that? Yeah, I've done that as well, right? You're all good bathroom singers as well, huh? Yeah, awesome, very nice. So, but still, we have a problem. So there is a fear, there is no confidence, but entrepreneur will not fear about it, right? So ordinary citizen will call a problem and complain about the problem, right? They will try to find somebody to blame, right? There is a corruption, there is a pollution, there is a power problem, air problem, all these things. People find somebody to blame on, right? Entrepreneur never blames anyone because the problem is a opportunity, right? From the opportunity, you are creating a venture out of it, right? So then the first question, and then another question. Can you hear the sun rise? Can you hear the sun rising up in the morning? Yeah? Can you hear? No? Your final answer, yeah? No? Everybody's not. No? No? Yeah, and there's a lot of villages around. I saw a lot of greeneries. Yeah? No? So you cannot hear the sunrise. Yeah? So you can't hear the bird chirping in the morning, right? So what that tells you is that if you're waiting for eyesight tell you the sun is up, you're missing out what your ear is telling about, right? We have all the senses telling us all the time something, but we are missing out this. So you take a 5-year-old child, right? Give her a toy. What she will do with the toy? Yeah? What she will do with the toy? Huh? Yeah. What she will do with the toy? Yeah. Huh? Huh? She'll play. Yeah. What else she'll do? Yeah, she'll play. Then? Yes? Yeah. What else she'll do? She'll start. Huh? Yeah. Good. Get up. Yes. What does she do? Huh? Break it. You have done that, no? Right. Yeah. So they'll break, they'll play, they'll try to eat as well, right? The mom will tell you it's not edible. So then that means that what the child is doing is applying all its senses to understand what the toy is. This is called childlike curiosity. Yeah, we all had it. But today we've kind of lost it, right? How many times you use the word boring? Yeah? Boring, right? The movie is boring, the cricket match is boring, the lecture is boring, your subject, the faculty is boring, right? So that means that we've lost ability to look at everything fresh. We lost being a child. So what this has to do with entrepreneurship? If you are sensitive, the problems around you will start bothering you. There are thousands of problems around us, right? Every problem is a sensitive. The problems around you start bothering you. Every problem is an opportunity. Once you pick up the problem, don't listen to anyone, right? Because they'll tell you it won't work in Kite College, it won't work in UP, it will work in Bangalore, or it won't work in India. All kind of things people tell you. You behave like a 6-year-old and start singing a song. Doesn't matter you are a good for a movie audition or not, right? So this is about entrepreneurship and qualities. So now there are a lot of buzz happening around startup. There is a fantastic sessions for you guys as a course, right? There's a 1 credit course on entrepreneurship. So let's see what is happening in the country on what is about the startups, right? There are 3 kind of startups happening. The first kind I call it as a copycats, right? These guys will start copy what is happening in US, right? Whatever the trend that started in the US, they'll end up copying in India. So the e-commerce, right? How many of you bought things on e-commerce? That's a bad question, right? Yeah? So everybody, So e-commerce started, when was started in US, the e-commerce? Yeah, when was it started? Amazon, right? When was it started? Any idea? 99, awesome. What's your name, yeah? Ayush, give him a clap, get up, yeah. Right? In 2000, there was a dot-com boom, right? A lot of internet companies started. So only 2015, Amazon became popular in India, or e-commerce became popular in India, right? Why it took 15 years for e-commerce to be popular in India, right? Are we bad in copying, right? So why it took 15 years to catch up? Yes, awesome. Who said that? Yeah, good. Did you read my book? Get up. Awesome. And what's your name? Akshay. Give him a clap, Akshay, right? Fantastic, Akshay. See, Akshay is a true Indian, right? The Indian don't trust anyone. Yeah, so they're wondering about what happened if I take the money, pay the money and somebody run away. So they did not buy online, right? How did they solve the trust problem? Cash on delivery, right? It's not new to the country. It's been there for India in like hundreds of years. By India Post used to call VPP, right? In good old days, there will be newspaper advertisement. You call that, order the product, the postman will bring you, you pay the postman. So it took 15 years for somebody to copy an Amazon and copy India Post, the industry took off, right? So what that tells you, you're all engineers, right? You will have brilliant technology, idea. But if the psychology of the customer is not aligned, it'll be a flop, it'll be a failure. You need to understand about psychology of the customer as well. So during the 15 years, we have a lot of e-commerce companies came and went. But 2015-16 also another thing happened, Alibaba. You know Alibaba? Awesome, fantastic, right? Who was the investor in Alibaba? Who made a lot of money? Yeah? Jack Ma is the founder of Alibaba, the investor in Alibaba. Yeah, the Japanese-based fund. It's called SoftBank, right? They made $23 billion, right? 1 billion is 8,000 crores. So SoftBank invested in Alibaba, they made $23 billion. Then next to China is India, right? Everybody who can spell the e-commerce word got money. There are 85 e-commerce companies in 2016 in India. 85, all of them got funded. What happened? Did they survive? All of them? No, right? What is the reason? Yeah, what is the reason? Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. Huh? Maybe technology. Good. What's your name? Give him a clap here. Mayank, get up. So, yeah, technology. What are the reason? Oh, who said that? Yeah, 30%. Awesome. Somebody said 30%? Yeah, get up. What's your name? Amit. Give him a Amit. Very good, yeah. 30%. Yeah. So that is what UNICEF figured out, right? UNICEF put a report during, because whenever I ask a question in many conferences, people say 100%. Everybody have internet access. UNICEF did a survey during pandemic. They realized that only 25% of Indian households have internet access. 75% of the household did not have internet access. They lost 2 years of education. They could not get on Zoom and all that stuff, right? So, but the 25% of India is a big number. There are 300 million people, more than that, right? 300 million is the US population. So we have a set of people who have internet access, which is equivalent to the US population. Then comes the other problem about GDP. You know what is GDP? Awesome, very good. Yeah. So what is India GDP number is? One. The question paper leaked, is it? Huh? Okay. A lot of people answering. Who said 3 point? What? 3.7. What's your name? Yeah. Get up. Yeah. Huh? Arun, $3.7 trillion. Awesome. Give him a clap. Fantastic. Yeah. But what is US GDP is? 27. Who said that? Yeah. Very good. What's your name? Hari Pawar. Good job. Okay. Around 25 trillion is your US GDP. Almost, that means 300 million people making 7 times more than 1.4 billion people. Right? It's good or bad? Bad, right? Okay, now come the per capita income. You know what is per capita income? Okay, how much is India's per capita income? Yes. Somebody raise his hand. Awesome, yeah. So, your friends already told you, is it all the question what I'm going to ask? No? Amazing, yeah. Today is like all energetic team that we have today. Awesome. What's your name? Varun. Awesome. Give him a clap to Varun. Yeah, very nice. Yeah. So that, what about US per capita income? Huh? Yeah. What? Yes. Get up. Huh? $80,000, right? We are $2,000. They're 80,000. What's your name? Harshad. Good. Give him a clap. Good. Right? So how long it's going to take for us to reach $80,000, right? Some of the European countries have a per capita income of $160,000. We are at 2,000, yeah? So that's a problem. We are a low income country. We always compare ourselves with China. You know what is China's GDP is? 17. Who said that? Yeah. Awesome. Get up. What's your name? Rishabh. Good. Give him a clap. Good. 17 trillion is China's. right? Around 2008 time, I think. So Wall Street Journal predicted that it's going to take 75 years for us to catch China. At that time, they are around 4, 5, we are at 2. Today, we are at 3.7, they are at $17 trillion, right? It's going to be very bad. Our per capita income was $600 3 decades ago. So today, $2,000. So we've tripled, right? There is an opportunity for scale. But we need to understand where we are so that we can start understanding about what needs to be done. Otherwise, we don't have the numbers right. Then we will be working on the wrong. That is the reason that all the 85 e-commerce companies failed. They were targeting people who have internet access, which is a very, very small number, right? And then each time the trend keeps changing, right? People will copy today electric vehicles, right? Ola, a few years back, we say that Ola is the largest car company without owning a single car, right? Today, what Ola does, what do? They're making electric vehicles, right? Because there is a guy called Elon Musk. You know Elon Musk? Yeah, he got successful. He became successful in the US selling EV. Then we just copy EV now. The same guys you told that no asset, today building assets, right? So this is why there is no vision. There is just copy what is happening, what the trend is. The trend will change. So Ola copies from Uber, right? When Uber sells idlis, Ola also starts selling idli. You have to copy properly, right? So whatever they are doing. So this is what the first category of startup they do. They copycat. What is the latest trend? AI, right? We have one section full of AI people, right? So all the companies in Bangalore will have a domain called .ai. They think that they are an AI company, right? So that's what will happen in the first category. There is a room for 1 or 2. There's a lot of money coming in. And a lot of startups will start as well. That's good. But we are not creating anything new. We are merely being a copycat. We just copy. Then there is a second category of startups which I am very happy supporting, right? That's called playing on India's strength. What is our strength? Population, right? Yeah, good job. Yeah. What other strength? What other strength we have? Yes. You know how many people speak English in India? 30% about. Good job here. What's your name? Varun. Yeah, Varun again. Yeah. Problem. And if every Indian pays you 1 rupee, right, you are a 140 crore company. So that's what India's strength is about: people, problems, and technology. So that is what. I'll give you some examples, right? So a lot of computer science people. I'll give you some computer science example, not the copycat. In people done amazingly well. There's a company called Unifor in IIT Madras. What Varun mentioned, right? In India only 30%, 400 million people speak English. There are 1 billion people do not speak English. After hundreds of years of British, still 1 billion people do not speak English. That's the problem they want to solve. Because the 1 billion people are out of digital revolution. because they don't speak English. So they went to IIT Madras, met Professor Junjunwala, and said that we want to solve this problem. They developed a speech recognition software to understand dialects of India, then 14 Indian languages. Yeah. So they were able to look at, like, for example, weather forecast. It's in English, right? So they take the weather forecast in English, convert into Tamil. There are 24 lakh calls were made to the farmers, telling about what are the weather forecasts in Tamil. Then the farmer has a question, right? I have a chili, what should I do? It does audio mining. It just searches in voice recognition, and understand the farmer, right? He was listening to 25,000 hours of Indian voice. It's 15 years back. Today we have a course on ML. He was doing the machine learning. The machine was learning, right? Because every time it makes a call, because in India, every 50 kilometers, you have a different language, different dialect, different dress, different clothing, right? So he's able to understand at 98% accuracy. So that was his ability, right? They're solving India's problem. He was featured by Time magazine as a 13 millionaires who are changing the world. Only one person from India, that is Umesh, right? Have you heard Cisco, the company? Yeah, Cisco chairman John Chambers saw that article, and he wrote a $10 million check, and he said, come to US. So the technology we developed in IIT Madras, right, to help the farmers of India, it is helping American Express and MetLife Insurance and all, right? They are the leaders today in conversational AI, right? If you call, say, for example, Airtel, right? After you drop the call, and you'll see a message, SMS, saying that you spoke with somebody named Murugan, are you happy, press one, something like that, right? It's called customer satisfaction survey. It's all gone now, because Unifor Technology is watching your conversation and then analyzes that if you're happy or not, right, based on your tone. So that's how they become a leader in conversational AI. So he was rejected by 25 investors, but he never gave up, because the problem statement is valid, right? After hundreds of years of British, still 1 billion people do not speak English. The problem is valid, right? And solution is original, because he had a lot of PhDs in IIT Madras was developing this technology. So today, because of that, he's a leader, right? Speech recognition, who is his competition? Speech recognition, right? Who are all the competitors? Yeah? Siri, right? Who said that, yeah? Awesome. What's your name? Yeah, Ankit. Siri. Yeah, give him a clap. Siri. Who else is there in speech recognition? Yeah? Siri, then who else? Huh? Gemini, Alexa, right? All these guys, every big guys have a product. Microsoft has a $9 billion R&D budget. But today, Cisco chairman is this Chennai startup as the leader in voice. Why? When he was waiting 5 years, right, he was listening to 25,000 hours of Indian voice with different dialects at 98% accuracy, right? The machine learning, it was working amazingly, learning. That is why today he is a leader in conversational AI. So solving a simple India's problem. And today is a world leader. The investment we made in the company, today it's worth like $2 billion. It's valued now. That is the potential of solving the problem, identifying the problem around us. There are thousands of problems around us, right? It could be any areas. It's not only a purely IT side, right? If you start looking at, some of the mechanical stuff as well, there are a lot of entrepreneurs that are solving problem. Like, for example, if you go and see the paddy fields, right? They do rice transplantation. So what happened, rice transplantation, they throw the seed, it comes for 10 days, it grows. Then somebody has to plug that and plant it properly. So usually women does that. They just bend like this for 8 hours doing this rice transplantation. So that was a challenge was thrown out for the engineers, right? School students and college students as engineers to solve this problem. There is an organization called National Innovation Foundation run by Professor Anil Gupta in IIM Ahmedabad. Every year they put out a problem statement. So one of the year they said, reduce the women drudgeries. That was the goal. The lot of engineering college students like you started applying, how do we solve? There's one company successfully developed, is called Oscillate Machines. And these guys developed the proper rice transplantation machines, right? Today they've been very successful. I was in a panel with them yesterday, and they're doing successfully implemented the solution. It's mechanical, right? So they developed the system because the rice, if you see the sprouts, right, the rice, the plant is growing very tender. When you take and put it back, it is very tough to do. So what have the copycats do? So the copycats not only copy from US. If it is agriculture, they'll copy from Israel. The Israel model, all the Western model is about a mat model. Have you seen the grass, the lawn, right? It'll be a mat. They'll just cut a mat and put it. Many of the technology available for rice transplantation will ask the farmer to change the method how they grow paddy. They'll say grow in a mat format, you just apply the mat. But this entrepreneur took the Indian problem, how Indian farmers are doing, and they create a mechanical machine to a rice transplantation, with the machine. So oscillo machine, you can check it out. So like this, every area you are in, right, apply the technologies that you're working on, it will solve the problem. It not only this tech related, if you look at this one, what I'm wearing is a handloom. Today in India, we are around 24,000 cooperatives are there making this handloom. World has two problems today. One is about climate change, right, and inequality. Climate change, what is climate change? Anybody? What is climate change problem? What has happened? Yeah? What is the result? Global warming, right? What global warming will do? Yeah? Yeah, get up. What's your name? Yeah, Ayush, yeah. What is up?
It increases the temperature of Earth.
Earth, right. So what is the result?
It will warm the Earth.
Yeah.
Melt the
glaciers. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Give him a clap. Fantastic. Yeah. So all these greenhouse gases, it's going up. It put a hole on ozone layer, so it makes the Earth warmer. So the glaciers are warming up and melting, right? You saw that in Uttarakhand, the river changed the course, right? And if you look at in Kerala, the people don't talk about rain, they talk about cloud burst, right? It's bursting like crazy. In Chennai, they had 20 years back, they didn't have water. Today, there are plenty of water every rain season. So there's a climate change, the major problem, people are talking about. Elon Musk, right? He makes about $1 billion selling carbon credit. You know what is carbon credit? Anybody knows? Carbon credit. So one of the reasons that ozone layer is, the hole is there, the carbon monoxide is going there, right? Where it's coming from? Emission. From your tailpipe, all the mechanical automobile engineering, right? The tailpipe, the thing, so we are burning the fossil fuels. It is carbon monoxide is about putting a hole on ozone. So now the electric vehicle is popular, right? So electric vehicle, now Elon Musk makes electric vehicle and his factory is all solar powered. Draw any power from outside. So that means he has an extra credit. So what does that means is that if you reduce your consumption of carbon dioxide, then you can show that it is possible. People can give you a credit. So in General Motors and Fiat or some of these guys in Europe, they're not able to maintain the emission standards in their automobile, right? So they have to pay the fine. They have to pay the fine to the European Union. But they're not paying the fine to the European Union. They buy the carbon credit from Elon Musk. Because he's reducing emission, so he got a credit. So I'm increasing the emission, so I have to pay the fine so I can buy the carbon credit. Yeah? So that is how he makes $1 billion every year. So that's what one entrepreneur in Bangalore said, if the Elon Musk makes $1 billion selling carbon credit, what about our weavers, right? There's no energy used in making this product. Right? If you take this shawl, compare with the shawl made by the power looms, then how much energy is saved? So this is what this entrepreneur did. He put a device in every loom. The device location, do the geolocation, right? Some of these designs are very intellectual property. There's a geographical G8 tag is there for these, right? So there is a G8 tag is there, people will cheat. So if you say this is 20,000 rupees and people say I can buy it for $100, it could be a printed one, not a handloom one. So he puts a device so that the geolocation is locked in, right? And this device captures the movement the lady is making while making this handloom shawl. And from there we'll compare and we are giving a carbon credit to the weaver. To show the product authenticity, there's a QR code woven into this, right? If you scan this QR code, it'll tell you the full story about where it's made, who made it, the video of the person making it, and what is in it, and now he's calculating carbon credit. If Elon Musk makes $1 billion selling carbon credit, we have 9 million weavers. right? They want to give carbon credit to them. So that is what about entrepreneurship could be anywhere, right? When the moment you start looking at the problems and you'll start figuring out how can you start solving it, right? Waste problem, right? There's quite a lot of waste everywhere. So that's one entrepreneur that she's not having an engineering degree, Vilma. She's a literature student. She took some of her customers from Germany to Meenakshi Amman temple in Madurai. And the German people said, why your city is so filthy, right? And that's what she realized. Wow, my city is filthy, or waste everywhere lying around. So that made her to start thinking, what can I do? So that is about the second question about sensitivity. You see a problem every day, you become numb. The problem doesn't bother you. So when someone pointed out she failed and ashamed, she quit her job, said, I'm going to solve this problem. She came back to Bangalore. Bangalore makes 6,500 ton of waste every day. And still problem, right? And government spending 600 crores to manage it, still problem. So entrepreneur never blames. She doesn't blame anyone. She said, what can I do? She realized about 40% is done by the bulk generators like the campuses. Where IMB campus I am sitting in, we make 1 ton a day. She goes to them and say, I will make you zero waste campus. She went down there and started collecting all the waste. But she changed the customer behavior. Because if we say waste management, today everybody want to buy your PET bottles, right? And your newspapers. But they won't buy your soiled sanitary napkin, which does not have value. And often eaten chapati in a grocery bag. That's what a cow eats and chokes and dies. So she goes and tells the customer, you pay me money, I will manage all your waste. Valuable waste, non-valuable waste. So today, last 15 years, IMB campus is a zero waste campus. All are segregated, each one going to the vendors. The Tetra Pak, right? The juice packet you drink. So she had like tons of these collected. Then she called the company Tetra Pak. I have these, tons of these waste. You teach me how to recycle. Because in India, we have this law called extended producer responsibility. If you have this water bottle, after you drank this water bottle should not end up in landfill or any water bodies. If it is, this manufacturer of that company is in trouble. Then nobody follows that. She called the Tetra Pak and said that I will give you the credit for EPR. So they taught, today there is a school in Bangalore, the entire roofing system is made with the recycled Tetra Pak. In IMB campuses, many of our benches are made with recycled Tetra Pak, right? So this is what engineers could do, start looking at. So similarly, the chips package, what you're eating, then nobody could recycle. You can figure out, some of the engineers put your mind to say, what is in it? How can I recycle? Because all end up in landfill and get burnt, right? Because the manufacturer is not teaching how to recycle this one. Now the wet waste, right? What can you do with the wet waste? What can you do with the wet waste? Compost, right? What else we can do? What else we can do with the wet waste? Yeah? Wet waste, right? Your kitchen waste, vegetable waste. What can you do with the waste? Biogas, right? So biogas is a 100-year-old technology, right? India had a gobar gas. You put this cow dung into the thing. 50 years back, India introduced gobar gas. My grandfather used to have it. It was a flop. 80% of biogas plants in India are flop, right? That's what this entrepreneur Som, he started looking at why this technology is not working. He found out that we are greedy, right? We dump every biomass, we thought the gas will make. But that was a problem. So they started looking at pH value of what everything's going in. The biogas, what is in the biogas? Anyone know? Methane, what else? Also, who said methane? Good, yeah, good, get up. Yeah, give him a clap, yeah, awesome, very nice. Methane, what else is there? What other gases are there? What else is there in biogas? It has carbon dioxide, right? It has the H2S as well. There is some moisture. So there is a mechanical department in IIT Bombay that worked about analyzing the biogas. They were able to remove all the impurities. So we use the technology from IIT Bombay. We remove all the impurities. The methane value is high. He took an explosive license. He put the gas in the cylinder. He is India's first branded compressed biogas. You can buy the cylinders, right? So today, this one entrepreneur is able to make a 100-year-old technology to work by looking at what are the problem, right? He was sensitive, right? Asking the question, why it did not work? Today, it become a priority lending. And today, if you put a biogas plant, government will give you loan, banks will give you loan. It's a priority lending. So why government is interested in this, solving this problem? Because India makes 160,000 ton of waste every day. There's something called trade deficit. Have you heard trade deficit? What does a trade deficit mean? India has trade deficit. What does that mean? Yeah, someone mentioning. Good. Yeah, what one? Awesome. What's your name? Yeah. Naman, give him a clap. Fantastic. Yeah. So trade deficit means that your imports are more than exports. What are we importing? What are we importing a lot? Oil, yeah? Oil, number, who said oil? Awesome, good. Give him a clap here, oil. What other thing we import? Defense, yeah, not that much. Top three things. One is oil. Number two, what is it? What other thing we are importing most? Yes? Semiconductor, electronics, yeah? Give him a clap. What's your name? Electronic. That's why we are Make in India program, right? What is the third largest we are doing? So that is number two. Electronics, he told. No, first is oil, electron. What number three? Pharma, we are doing okay. Fertilizer also okay. Toys, no, we have make a lot of toys, but yeah, we do get China stuff a lot. Weapon, yeah, somebody said defense, not that bad. Gold. Gold is the third largest we are importing. Thanks to all our women, right? The weddings are now in kgs, yeah? So they're not even, sovereign, it's like kgs. So gold, that no finance minister is able to solve that problem, right? A lot of finance minister gives a lot of solution, people will hold on to the gold. So oil, that is why 160,000 ton of waste, right? Half of that is wet waste. 40 ton of wet waste, you can make like 10 ton, right? That means that you have 160,000 ton of waste. How many LPG that we can make? That much less imports. That is why government is interested. Look at an entrepreneur asking the question that why a 100-year-old technology did not work. Made government to sit up and listen. It's helping government to reduce the trade deficit, right? And now he's advising the government. They created a methodology for compressed biogas. In Bangalore, we have a plant in Koramangala, right, opposite to one Forum Mall, where this plant is funded by carbon. That means, again, what I said, Elon Musk makes carbon credit. So there is a US company has given money to build a plant in that one ward. The entire wet waste in the ward comes to this plant. Using the technology from IIT Bombay, it is able to convert into compressed biogas. It goes to the nearby restaurant, right? In the restaurant has a menu called carbon neutral idli. They have in the menu, right? Why is carbon neutral? Because when the plant grows, what it takes, right? So the carbon dioxide is inside the plant, right? So when it making this biogas, the methane is coming out. So the carbon is in it. If you burn, the carbon is out, right? So that what it took, it is coming out. So it is equal. It's called carbon neutral. Why fossil fuel is bad? We have the fossil fuels collected for millions of years. Right now, suddenly we are burning it quickly, so it's giving imbalance. But carbon neutral is that whatever a plant takes, it's coming out. That's why they have this carbon neutral idli in the menu. The entire plant is funded by carbon credit. This company wants carbon credit next 3 years, right? So this is the opportunities for entrepreneurs. Like there are like these thousands of problems around us. Each problem is an opportunity for you applying technology to solve these problems, right? If you do that, there is a fantastic potential possible, right? Student entrepreneurship. There are a lot of students. We did one program a while back at IMB for students. There are 2 lakh students applied all over India. There's one of the students working on this technology for soil testing. Today, farmers want soil testing, but it takes 1 week to get the results. So 4 engineering students, second-year college students in Bombay, they said, I'm going to solve the problem. They were looking at, electronics and mechanical came together. They developed a solution about how can I measure the soil testing with the sensor they imported from China, did not work. Then there's a lot looking at the spectrometry. Have you heard spectrometry? What does that do? Spectrum. You just pass the light through the prism, what you'll see? Yeah, it comes, all the VIBGYOR comes, right? Rainbow comes, right? Like this, the spectrometry is something where you send a light and it reflects what it is reflecting. From there, you'll find out what material is in it. So now they're using spectrometry. Spectrometry traditionally is this big size. And they developed a spectrometry on a palm. And soil testing in 8 minutes. And then farmers put the soil in the spectrometry on the palm. They developed the AI algorithm, right? It's connected to a software. The algorithm mapped out every potential possibility in Maharashtra. And then 8 minutes, it'll give the printout saying that what are all the potassium, nitrogen, what is there, how much level you have in the soil. And then tells the farmer what to grow. And if there is a less that, he'll say that this is a fertilizer you can apply to increase these nutrients in your soil. This is all done by second-year college students, right? So when they launched, there are 4 or 5 of them, right? When graduated, all of them ditched this entrepreneur, Satyendra. They said, my parents are pushing me to go get married or take up a job or something like that. But he never gave up. Today, he is a leader in soil testing. He's been recognized by the government about how he's making soil health card. Is a goal for government of India to do for all of India. Because if soil testing in a traditional lab take 1 week, it's going to take years for us to finish the soil testing of the whole country. Now government wants his support. A second-year college student, right? Now he's helping the government in terms of coming up with the soil testing system. Like this, there are thousands. I can go, that's my book is all about that only, right? There are, like this, there are thousands of problems. Look at around your place, in your village. Like if you, for example, there's an entrepreneur in Chintwada. So the milk, right? The farmer sells the milk to the society. Every farmer gets the same price. So this entrepreneur developed one simple sensor system that you put a sensor in the milk, it'll give you 7 parameters about the milk. What is the protein content? What is the fat content? If the protein and fat is high, the milk value is higher. He'll give a printout. There's no computer, nothing, right? The farmer puts the milk and the printout comes that what is the content of your milk, what should be the price of your milk. Then he goes give the printout to the buyer saying that here is my price. A farmer without doing anything, his profit went out by 200%. Then the farmer knows that, okay, what in my milk I should improve. Then he'll start buying those feeds and start feeding them. Like there are like thousands of ideas that you can start looking at in solving the problem, right? The third category of startups, right? What is the first category? Copycat. Yeah, good. What is the second category? Playing on India's strength. These are all playing on India's strength problems. They're applying technologies, right? Like you guys. And the last category is about disruptive innovation. We have 0 in the country, right? When I said 0 in one conference, somebody stood up and said, we have oil rooms, right? If you think oil room is disruption, we have no idea what is the definition of oil room. Disruption is, right? Who invented the light? Edison, right? He had a company. He still has. What is the company name? He started a company. Yeah, he had a startup. What is the name of Edison's company? Anybody know? Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, who? Yeah. Awesome. Very nice. General Electric. He has an angel investor as well. You know his angel investor who funded him? JP Morgan was his angel investor. So Edison has an angel investor, JP Morgan. They created his company, General Electric. Even today, it's the most valuable company in the whole world. Scientists are looking at the light, right? How's the night vision from the sky to look at the GDP growth in the world. If you look at the Earth at night from the satellite, you know what is the brightest spot? What is the brightest spot from the satellites and on Earth at night? New York, Las Vegas. That's where all the gambling money is all sitting there, right? Africa is all dark, right? That's where people, now the light is helping to define the GDP of the countries. So that is disruptive innovation. We have a 0 in the country, right? Because we are not applying what we are learning in going deeper and solving serious problems. And we just copycat, right? If you look at today, all these computer science, every department, they all want to write some app, sell some idlis and t-shirts, right? And they're not applying what they're learning in solving some serious problem. Disruptive innovation could be anything. There are thousands of problems still there as well. World has 2/3 of the world is water, right? We have a water problem. So what is the solution? Every energy source known to man in India, it cannot solve the problem. What are the energy sources we have? Where and all we get energy? Yeah? What are the energy sources? Fossil fuel, then what? Good. What else? Green what? Green wind. Dam is what? What energy is dam? Hydro, right? Hydro. We have fossil fuel. We have wind. Solar. What? What else? What other energies we have? Nuclear. Nuclear energy. Yes. What other energy source? Solar. Yes. Wow. Mechanical means what? Yeah. So turbine, somebody has to move the turbine. Now who moves the turbine? Yeah, the water, right? That's the hydro. If the fossil fuel is moving, then that's your thermal, right? You burn the coal and do that. What are any other energy source? Geothermal. Awesome, fantastic. Yeah. There are some entrepreneurs are looking at geothermal as well for air conditioning. Yeah, very good idea. What are the energy source? Nuclear. Yes. Varun. What? Coal. Yeah, we told. Fossil fuels. Right? So today all the energy source known to man cannot solve the problems of energy needs of 7.5 billion people on the earth. Right? Solar has a problem, which is you have your dust covers the panel, right? There are startups working on cleaning the solar panel. Then the solar panel is in one angle, but sun is moving. Then we need a tracking the sun kind of model, right? But wind is not reliable, right? Sometimes there will be something, sometimes it's not. Nuclear is risky, dangerous, right? So like this, every energy dams is not possible forever, right? So all these problems are happening. So that's why Bill Gates started a venture called Miracle Energy. Find the new source of energy that nobody in the world knows. You could be the one could find that out as well. Like this, we have thousands of disruptive innovations as well possible. Yeah. So that is the potential that you all have. If you put your mind to it and you can start looking at solving the problem, this course will help you to start. What's the time check? Yeah. Done. Oh. Yeah. So this is where the potential is there that for you to utilize this course. Part of the course you have to go out and identify a problem. It could be the problem what you're seeing around you in your home, in your village. Go find out, talk to the farmers, talk to the people in your village, identify these thousands of problems around there and go deeper like all the examples that I gave. There are a lot more examples in the book. They'll be in the library. You can pick up and read about across the country I've traveled. Every part has thousands of problems for you to solve. Wherever you are coming from, go back and solve the problem. Wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring insights and valuable time. Your journey is truly motivating for all of us. Let's give him a big round of applause. Now, we would like to invite Mr. Saurabh Kumar, sir, to kindly come forward and present Oxyplant to Dr. SP, sir.
सर को टीवी एस्कॉर्ट कर दो एक्चुअली सर को बुलाऊं पर नाउ आई वुड लाइक SP sir to come on the stage. Now we would like to invite our esteemed guest Dr. SP Mishra to the stage.
Let's welcome him with a huge round of applause. Now, we would like to invite Mr. Saurabh Kumar, sir, to kindly come forward and present the Oxyplant to Dr. SP Mishra as a token of gratitude. Let's have a big round of applause. The future belongs to those who believes in the beauty of their dreams. Dr. S.P. Mishra embodies the spirit with being a distinguished leader in entrepreneurship and education since 1979. His impactful contributions have shaped India's entrepreneurial landscape and inspired countless individuals to dream big. Over the years, he had several prestigious positions. Dr. Mishra's work has inspired many and continues to shape the future of entrepreneurship and education in India. It's my pleasure to invite Dr. S.P. Mishra to stage to share his thoughts with us. Let's welcome him with a big round of applause.
हैंड माइक दे दो मेरी लाइन भी कहाँ है?
Good morning to all of you. इतना सुस्त होके बोलोगे तब तो नींद आ जाएगी, मुझे भी नींद आ जाएगी. Say a little loudly, good morning. That's right. Very nice of you. Saurabh, whom lovingly we call the CEO of Technology Business Incubation, all the faculty members here, the dean, the HODs, and their students. This is a kind of opportunity for me to be with the first year students of this particular college. Personally, I would like to say that you should feel fortunate, getting admission to this college, which has a long history, and based on the performance, in fact, this is known to be a preferred destination. I say preferred destination precisely because besides academic input, this college has been giving many other kinds of input which is quite useful for shaping the student. And in this idea and in this process, in fact, this input is going to serve some purpose, which I think. And I have been associated with this college right since its inception. Therefore, the background of this college, I can talk in many ways, in many words. But I would, what is valuable as human being, that is what to do. And the other part is how to do is the skill part. We all are learning a skill here. But then the first part is equally important to all of us. आज देखते हैं बच्चे लोग पढ़ाई लिखाई करते हैं, माँ बाप से अलग हो जाते हैं. You have come over here. There are many students who hardly cares how the money is coming from parent side, how the father is earning, how much money he is sending, in what manner. अपने को दुखी करके, दुख सहकर बच्चों को सब कुछ देने की बात करते हैं. I have lost the sensitivity to visualize, the parents. ये क्या है? ये एक ह्यूमनिस्टिक जो कंसिडरेशंस हमारी है, ये ख़त्म होते जा रही है. हमको किसी से कोई मतलब नहीं, इंडिविजुअलिस्टिक, सेल्फ सेंटर्ड. एंड नाउ इन दिस प्रोसेस व्हाट इज बिकमिंग, पढ़ लिख के उसको कहते हैं ना समझदारों की ना समझी. हम अपने आप को समझदार कहते हैं, लेकिन हम अपने आप को नासमझ बनाते हैं. नाउ दिस इज समथिंग विच इज वरिंग to academician and person like us. I am 76-year-old and I am worrying. My son, has daughters and daughters like you in the same age group, and she is also undergoing through BTech program in the final year. Now, what is happening? The situation, what I am saying, is based on the practical insight and the practical input. So it is becoming important for all of us. The second part, as an individual, as a member of the family, as a member of the institution or society, as a unit of the nature. Now what happens? देश कहाँ है, देश में क्या हो रहा है, समाज में क्या हो रहा है, हमसे कोई लेना देना नहीं है. हम तो स्टूडेंट हैं, हमको तो पढ़ना है, हमें बाकी चीज़ों से कोई मतलब नहीं है. फैमिली में क्या हो रहा है, हमें कोई मतलब नहीं है. हमारे नेचर से, see the nature, man and the nature, these two are the words, two words are there. But if you make a combination of these two words, man in nature, nature in man, and man and nature, there are three combinations. And if you make an analysis, man in nature is something very different. Nature in man is something different. Man and nature is different. Now, पर्यावरण से हमें क्या मतलब है? जो कुछ भी पोल्यूशन हो रहा है, इससे हमें क्या लेना देना है? हमें कोई लेना देना नहीं है पोल्यूशन से. पोल्यूशन हो रहा है, अपनी जगह हो रहा है. इसलिए what is happening around then is losing the sensitivity towards the nature. हमें इन सब बातों से जो नेचर में हो रहा है उससे कोई मतलब नहीं है. हमें यदि गंदगी फैलानी है तो फैलानी है, हमें स्वच्छता अभियान में शामिल नहीं होना है. So all these things, what is happening then I am trying to cut off myself from the nature, and this is becoming a problem for all of us. As an individual, as a family member, as a part of the society, and as a part of the nature, therefore we need to build up ourselves like that. Now there are three questions I am putting before you, and these three questions you keep on thinking and trying to answer these three questions. Now these three questions I would have asked you to answer, but since limited time is there, so I am not asking. I am leaving this question to you. What do you want to become? आप क्या बनना चाहते हैं? ये एक छोटा सा क्वेश्चन है, but the answer is very typical, difficult, and I think almost on a regular basis we need to answer this particular question. What do you want to get in our life situation? What I want to get, and what do you want to be? Finally, what do you want to be? Now this is becoming very important and significant. There are two things in a value system we try to teach. First one is the relationship and participation. I and my participation with many things, like my participation in the family, my participation in the classroom, my participation in the institution, my participation in the society. This is becoming important and significant to all of us. And I think there are two things which are coming before us. बहुत सारे लोगों के पास कुछ नहीं है लेकिन वो खुश हैं. Lacking facility, unhappy, deprived, और physical facility है उसके बाद भी वो deprived अपने आप को महसूस करते हैं. Now why it is happening? What's the reason? I think this reason need to be answered and we need to think about it. Now I'm coming to the topic which is area of my interest on becoming enterprising. Why I say this on becoming enterprising? Why students should be enterprising? A student, if you are enterprising, you could be good student, you can perform better in a classroom setting, you can get a good job, and you can achieve success in your life the way you feel like achieving success. So all these things can happen if we become, enterprising. So enterprising means becoming good son, becoming a good brother, becoming good husband or wife, becoming everything good and looking for excellence. That is the meaning of becoming enterprising. Enterprising does not mean, and it is not confined only setting up an enterprise and earning money. So enterprising means anywhere and everywhere, wherever I am, how can I excel in that particular post, position or situation? That is becoming enterprising. So if I want to be a good student, if I want to perform well, then I must be enterprising. If I want to be a good son or good daughter, I must be enterprising. If at all I would like to, so 3 cases I am just trying to put before you. The first case is the case of Ambani. Second case is the case you will understand automatically, the person who has come out with iPhone. And the third case, the person who has been able to evolve, Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg. There are 3 cases. So I'm just trying to put audio, you should not look at. You look at the video. And whatever is written in between, you try to look at very minutely. Audio is not working. Audio लगा दो.
ये कौन सा वीडियो? किसी को बुलाओ.
Mine was the first private sector company whose annual general meeting were held in a stadium. Whose? For those who dare to dream, there is whole world to win. Now the second case.
This is our store. It's an amazing iPod. This is how tiny it is. You ever wonder what this pocket's for? I've always wondered that. Well, now we know, because this is the new iPod Nano. Today,
The third case. So three cases were there. The first case, Ambani. Ambani was a distributor, petrol, diesel. He used to distribute to the cars and other vehicles. And suddenly he started thinking of setting up a petroleum industry. And in many permutation combination, the story is long, cutting it short. He was able to go ahead forming a company. And his principle was very simple. If you give me little, I'll give you this much. So the 10 rupees share of Ambani is sold in thousands. I mean, he started, making it different in this particular process. And the result was his first annual general meeting could not be accommodated in a hall, in any hall. It was accommodated in an open field. That was a kind of situation. And the person went ahead setting up one after the other enterprise. I am giving this example precisely because you know the person very well. Now look at, he didn't have a lot of money. He was not having all kinds of resources, but still he was able to set up an enterprise of his own. In the second case, Steve Wog, knowing fully well that his life is limited to 7 years. RIP he was suffering with. So he knew pretty well that his life is limited. But he made a promise to himself that I would contribute something very effective, in my lifetime, and I'll pay back to the society more than what society has given to me. And therefore, technologically, he had a very strong brain, and he was able to come out with the iPhone. So that was a wonderful thing. He could give it to the society. Now the third case, Mark Zuckerberg, was color blindness. And nobody could imagine that a person who is a school dropout, college dropout, and such kind of people would be able to do anything very significant in his life situation. But then he dreamed definitely, very differently. And his dream was that I would like to connect the whole world without any cost. Whole world should get connected without paying anything. And he started thinking about that, and he was able to do so by establishing the Facebook and helping people to be connected with the Facebook free of cost. That was a kind of, now 3 different cases are there. Person didn't have money and still able to be billionaire. The second case, the person knowing fully well that I am not going to live in this world. Time is very limited, but still contributed very significantly. Steve Wog. And the third person suffering with all kinds of disorders, in the color blindness, and not very brilliant in the study, but still contributed to the whole world with the establishment of Facebook. Now these 3 cases, it brings many questions, and possibly we must think about it. I don't have money, I want to be something, I can. Even if I am suffering with some kind of problem or many kind of problem, there is a possibility that I can contribute very significantly. And the third case, the second case, the third case, all suffering part is common, but the fact is dreaming part is not very common. So you need to be a dreamer. If you are a dreamer, means you are able to think something. What is more important is the thinking. If at all I am able to think, then there is a possibility of going ahead. Now, if you look at this, then possibly you will start thinking about yourself, and you would know pretty well that yes, there is a possibility. So, when I am talking about the entrepreneurship, it is not in India, it is not in kite that we are talking about it. The whole world, if you make an analysis, you will find students of different known universities of the world, they want to become entrepreneur. They are looking forward becoming an entrepreneur. Not that they want to leave their study, but the fact is they want to make an application of whatever they have studied. That's the beauty. You take example of any known university of the world, I'll give you an example. Similar cases, it's a growing popularity in worldwide, and developed world, developing world, underdeveloped world. In all the three areas, you can see this. Why it is important? The first point, identifying and using potential energy. We are full of potential. Now it's a question of using my potential energy. I can do many things. If people like Ambani can do it, or people like Steve Jobs can do something excellent, if at all Mark Zuckerberg can do it, in a particular situation, then we can also do it. So there is a possibility. Now it's a question of using that potentiality, and that is the reason why it is becoming very important and significant to all of us. Now, if you look at the difference between the self-employment and wage employment, you just take two things, the first one and the last one. The first one says, in the wage employment situation, in a department, we need 10 assistant professor, 2 associate professor, 1 professor. So, it is the limited offer. And after that, we cannot take many more people in a particular department. So is the case of institution and organization. But in case of self-employment, it's a self-generating. Automatically, it keeps on generating by expansion, modernization, diversifications, and so on. And the last one is the employee. Whatever post and position you occupy, your status is going to be an employee. And even a tea shop owner, एक आदमी जो चाय चलाता है, चाय की दुकान चलाता है, उसका स्टेटस होता है एम्प्लॉय. Whether one person is working or 2 person is working, but the fact is, any person in the area of self-employment and entrepreneurship, the status is an employer. Now, what is happening the concept-wise? Concept-wise, if you look at the entrepreneurship concept, it is the pursuit of excellence. Entrepreneurship means I am trying to pursue excellence wherever I am. Wherever I am. I am a student, I would like to pursue excellence. I would like to look at excellence. And I would like to run after excellence. So excellence is in my mind, and I keep on thinking, excelling anywhere and everywhere. That is, and there are two things which are important, the innovation and venture. Innovation is the key word of entrepreneurship. Innovation is not invention. Innovation and invention are two different things, but the fact is that we need to be innovative in the sense doing something new, taking some idea from other social system and transplanting the idea in our own social system and so on. Why entrepreneurship is gaining so much of importance? Way back in 1960s, there was a person known as David McClellan. And David McClellan, he did a research, and he collected data from the developing, underdeveloped world. And on the basis of data, he submitted his thesis. He was awarded PhD. And the book that he wrote on the basis of his thesis is known as Achieving Society. And the summary of the book is, rise and fall of a nation depends primarily on many things, but on entrepreneurial culture. Now what it means? There could be many things responsible for rise and fall of a country, of an institution, of an organization, of a family, of an individual, and so on. But the fact is, one of the most signifying reason is entrepreneurial culture. And that is the reason why we have started talking about entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs are not born, neither they are high-tech individual, nor they have very good knowledge in English, despite not having all this, not they are supposed to be inventor. Despite all this, anybody and everybody, all of us can become an entrepreneur. This is what we call misconception, and we need to keep ourselves away from this misconception. The key word is innovation. Innovation is the key word. If we become innovative and we are looking at, promoting innovation and trying to inculcate innovation, many things can happen. Now, innovation, what it is, I told you earlier, but then difference is Henry Ford didn't invent anything, but Henry Ford is a known entrepreneur. Thomas Edison, an inventor, but he went bankrupt. Joseph Carlson, he invented photocopying, but the fact is, he didn't become an entrepreneur. It was Joseph Wilson of Hewlett Corporation who adopted the idea of Chase Carlson, and he became an entrepreneur. So innovation, not necessary that an person does invention and he becomes entrepreneur. He may not be an entrepreneur, but the person taking the idea and trying to promote the idea as a venture becomes an entrepreneur automatically. Now, the human excellence and human capital formation, these two things are very important. Through entrepreneurship, what happens? We start looking at excellence, and like any other conventional capital, we are trying to build up a human capital. We're trying to build up a capital in ourselves. This is becoming important and significant. Now, innovation, some examples are there. You just look at an example. I want to fill up 2 glasses of water simultaneously. So what did I do? I have made 2 outlets. And, at one particular time, I'm able to fill up 2 glasses. Selfie. I want to take my own photograph. And you know pretty well that this is also an innovation. Now, a staircase we are trying to build up. And, in this staircase, Surex, we are able to build up. So somebody did it. This is also a kind of innovation. I want a night bulb, and I also want to study at night. So one bulb can serve 2 purposes. It can be folded, unfolded. And therefore, this is also an invention. I receive many guests at one particular point of time. So what do? Toaster, 3 toasters combined together. At one particular point of time, many toasts can be prepared. And so this is also innovation. I'm quite worried to measure my waist. So how many times should I go elsewhere? So take a waist belt and try to measure your waist daily. That's a possibility. A tray which should not fall, and you keep command of, so you are able to build up the finger into it. You don't want tea, cup and plate, 2 things together. You want to serve tea along with biscuit, so you are able to make a place for the biscuit, and therefore you are able to do it. In our office, we receive many guests. Now we are not supposed to keep many things, only the clip. So 3 people can come together, have tea and water, and in this process we can serve. Now dip. So you are able to keep, make a particular place to keep your sachets into it, and this is becoming very common. You want to serve drinks. Now you are making a different type of tray which does not fall, and you are a voracious reader. So what happens? You make a sofa, and along with the sofa, you are keeping all those books which you like. So you are keeping the books over there, taking out the books, reading, and again putting it up. So this is also a kind of innovation. 2 people cannot travel in one umbrella. So 2 umbrellas could be combined together, and you can make an innovation. Now, friends, I would like to show you the innovation in the world. These innovations are very common innovation. Now, innovation in the world, what kind of innovation people have been doing, and what amazing kind of things that you see in the world around, this is quite interesting. And if you look at it,
जगत सराय में मुसाफिर रहना 2 दिन का। इस जगत सराय में मुसाफिर रहना 2 दिन का। क्यों बिरथा करे मरोड़ मूर्ख इस धन और जोबन का। क्यों बिरथा करे मरोड़ बंदे धन और जोबन का। नहीं है भरोसा पल का, नहीं है भरोसा पल का। यूं ही मर जाएगा, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला। क्या लेके आया कोठा की नींव छोड़ जा चिड़ी चिड़ाई ने। गढ़ कोठा की नींव छोड़ जा चिड़ी चिड़ाई ने। मिणी तो मिड़ाई, मिणी तो मिड़ाई, बंदा यही छोड़ जाएगा। दिन का मेला क्या लेके आया।
You could see, just for the example, I just wanted to show what people are doing in the world. Where are we? Leaving this question to you. It's not that we cannot do it. We can do it better than what you have been able to see. But the question should remain with us. This question should remain. Somebody has done it, and I am also capable of doing it. If I want, I can do it. So making a promise to yourself, making a promise that yes, I make a promise, I will do it. And nothing is impossible, like what we said. No key, no lock has been made without a key. So if there is any problem, I must look at it. And I must try to solve it, in a different manner. Let us look at, I would like to just help you to understand another.
Please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload.
मेरे साथ हैं, आप दोनों का स्वागत है। वैसे अंडर 30 के एज ग्रुप में जो
Please subscribe and don't
की 30 अंडर 30 लिस्ट सेलिब्रेट कर रही है युवा शक्ति को, और मैं हूं ऐसे ही खास सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योर्स की जोड़ी के साथ जिन्होंने रिसाइकलिंग का एक नया चैप्टर हमारे सामने खोल दिया है। हेल्प अस ग्रीन ये काम करते हैं कानपुर से, और उसको चलाने वाले दो फाउंडर्स अंकित अग्रवाल और करण रस्तोगी मेरे साथ हैं। आप दोनों का स्वागत है। वैसे अंडर 30 के एज ग्रुप में जो युवा होते हैं वो अपने दोस्तों को या कहूँ लड़कियों को फूल भेजते हैं, लेकिन आप फूलों को रिसाइकिल कर रहे हैं, एक अलग लेवल पर लेकर जा रहे हैं। क्या है ये हेल्प अस ग्रीन? अंकित आपसे समझना चाहेंगे, और फूल भेजने की जगह रिसाइकिल क्यों कर रहे हैं?
तो मैम हम लोग करते हैं कि जो मंदिरों में फूल इकट्ठा होते हैं, हम लोग वो फूल कलेक्ट करते हैं और उससे हम खाद बनाते हैं। उससे हम बिना कोयले की अगरबत्ती बनाते हैं। जो नॉर्मली मार्केट में हमारे पास अगरबत्ती मिलती है वो कोयले से बनी होती है, तो हमने अपनी टेक्नोलॉजी के थ्रू अगरबत्ती से कोयला रिप्लेस किया। और दूसरा, अभी हम लोग ने एक और स्टेप आगे बढ़े हैं और हम लोग ने थर्माकोल बनाई है फूल से, जो कि करीब 27% सस्ती है नॉर्मल थर्माकोल से। उसमें कुछ भी केमिकल नहीं है और कंप्लीटली वेस्ट फ्लावर से बन रही है। और
ये कंप्लीटली जो मंदिरों से जो फूल निकल रहा है वेस्ट की तरह फेंका जा रहा है, नदियों में बहाया जा रहा है, उससे बना रहे हैं आप? हाँ, आप खाद बना रहे हैं, अगरबत्ती बना रहे हैं, थर्माकोल बना रहे हैं। लेकिन जब ये सब आपने सोचा, एक तो बहुत ही जब रिलीजियस सेंटिमेंट्स जुड़ जाते हैं ना, तो लोग कुछ ज़्यादा सेंसिटिव हो जाते हैं, तो वहाँ पे कन्विंसिंग में दिक्कत आई?
शुरू में हम लोग को बहुत दिक्कत आई। मतलब शुरू में तो इवन फैमिली नहीं मान रही थी, जॉब छोड़ा था और सब लोग को लगता था।
फैमिली का क्या रिएक्शन था?
फैमिली का रिएक्शन, इसके घर में तो कहा गया था कि तुम अब ऑटोमेटिक इंजीनियर की जॉब छोड़ के तुम मंदिर का कचरा साफ करोगे। और मेरे घर में कहा गया था कि तुम्हें क्या करने की जरूरत पड़ गई है, तुम बाहर से पढ़ के आए हो सिर्फ ये करने के लिए।
हाँ, कचरा कैसे उठाओगे?
एग्जैक्टली।
लेकिन अब आप हैं फोर्ब्स की 30 अंडर 30 लिस्ट में, तो कैसा महसूस हो रहा है? उस
The story is lengthy enough, but then I just wanted to say that two young men going to different other countries, getting a degree in engineering, and another person getting a degree in management, joining hands together, coming to India, and then visualizing a problem. The problem is very simple. मंदिर में बहुत सारे फूल हैं, उस फूलों को फेंकना मुश्किल है, जहाँ तहाँ फेंक देते हैं। तो क्या हम इन फूलों का उपयोग कर सकते हैं? और suddenly it came to their mind and they said, they possibly thought it, कि कुछ न कुछ तो हो सकता है। क्या हो सकता है? They went for the constituent analysis of flower and finally they found that yes, there is a possibility. इससे खाद भी बन सकती है, अगरबत्ती भी बन सकती है, थर्मोकोल भी बन सकती है। They took help, IIT Kanpur, from IIT Kanpur, and there were people around who were able to help them, designing the whole system and also the instrument and equipment. They developed it, and then the Tata Foundation came forward कि हाँ तुम लोग करो, जो करना चाहते हो तुम लोग करो और हम तुम्हारी सहायता करेंगे। Tata Foundation. And then the money was a bit difficult to accumulate all that money they wanted, but somehow or other they were able to manage it. और उसके बाद में उन्होंने एक टारगेट बना लिया कि जहाँ जहाँ बहुत सारे मंदिर और बहुत सारे ऐसे स्थान हैं जहाँ फूल चढ़ाए जाते हैं, so we would like to collect all those flowers and we would like to do it. So they developed a capacity of 2,700 tons of flowers where they can process. And you will wonder, they made a program कि वहाँ तो बनाएंगे कानपुर में, कानपुर के अलावा हम लोग मथुरा में बनाएंगे, हम हरिद्वार में बनाएंगे, हम वाराणसी में बनाएंगे, and all that. And they are in the process of doing it. And the best part is they are employing women. And women they are employing, providing all kinds of facility which you can think of it. So the beautiful aspect is that hundreds and hundreds of women, are being employed by them, providing all kinds of facilities. So, this is another story. The second story I'll just put forward to you little faster so that you can just have a look at it.
ऐसे ही बिकता रहे, और फिर से एक बार फोर्ब्स इंडिया की 30 अंडर 30 लिस्ट में आने के लिए बहुत बहुत आप दोनों को बधाई। थैंक यू हमसे बात करने के लिए। फोर्ब्स
अंडर 30 में अब की बार नाम है विकी कौशल का भी, और वो हमारे साथ इस वक्त मौजूद भी हैं। आइए इनसे बात करते हैं, इनके सफ़र के बारे में कुछ जानते हैं। स्वागत है आपका और मुबारकबाद सबसे पहले तो। मुझे आपसे ये समझना है, मैं कई जगह
बजाओ अपने ग्रुप के लोगों के लिए, विकी कौशल,
क्योंकि हम सफ़र की बात कर रहे हैं, तो आपने इंटरव्यू में कहा है कि जब आपके पिताजी को पता चला कि आप इस इंडस्ट्री में, इस क्षेत्र में आना चाहते हैं, तो उन्होंने आपसे ये सवाल पूछा कि क्या आप मेरी वजह से इसमें आना चाहते हैं और क्या इसीलिए आपको लगता है कि आपकी जर्नी आसान होगी? और आपका जवाब हालांकि हमें नहीं पता, लेकिन आपके पिता ने कहा कि अगर आपको लगता है कि जर्नी आसान होगी तो ऐसा बिल्कुल भी नहीं होगा। अब तक का सफ़र तो क्योंकि विकी बहुत लंबा है, अभी शुरुआत कैसी रही?
देखो, इंजीनियरिंग पढ़ के इसके घर वाले तैयार नहीं थे कि ये इधर उधर जाए, लेकिन इनके मन में बात आई, इनके पिताजी ने इनका सहयोग किया। ठीक है भाई, जो तुमको करना है तुम करो। और ये जो विकी कौशल का जो अभी स्टोरी है, राइजिंग स्टोरी है, ये बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग है कि किस तरह से ये धीरे धीरे करके राइज करते करते आज एक ऐसे मुकाम पर पहुँचे हैं जहाँ पर इनको कहा जा सकता है कि ही इज़ अ सक्सेसफुल गाय, and successful guy even after completing his engineering degree, not getting a job or not getting into the engineering, but still excelling in his own way. Now विक्की कौशल का एग्जाम्पल मैंने आपको इसलिए दिया कि आप सभी जानते हैं इसके बारे में, लेकिन एक एंटरप्रेन्योर कैसे बनता है, इसके दिमाग में क्या बात आती है। एक इंजीनियरिंग पढ़ने के बाद में ये ज़रूरी नहीं है, not necessary that you get into a particular product which is related to engineering. Even if it is not there, there is a possibility that you can set up a venture or set up an enterprise and you can go ahead. Now let me just go to some other areas so that I can little bit cover quickly.
Please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified when
17-year-old Aditya has stopped 1,000 tons of plastic from entering landfills by converting plastics into fabrics for clothes.
India produces 10,000 tons of plastic waste every single day. That's roughly 3.5 million tons of plastic waste every single year. Out of it, 70% goes to the landfills and almost takes 100 years to decompose.
This is the story of Aditya Bangalore, a 17-year-old from Rajasthan who is converting nearly 10 tons of plastic waste into fabrics of clothes every single day.
I was 15 when I went on a business trip to China with my uncle, where I saw this amazing plant which was converting large quantities of plastics into fabrics. And there the idea struck into my mind that having a unit back like this in India to not only reduce plastic waste going into the landfills, but create employment too.
Everything began with an idea for this class 12 student from Mayo College, Rajasthan.
I pitched the idea to my parents and my uncle, and they supported me right from the start. For months I have been continually researching and studying the market.
Plastic to fabrics. Now look at the kind of thinking it goes into the mind. Picking up the social problems, plastic ko फेंक रहे हैं, यहाँ फेंक रहे हैं, वहाँ फेंक रहे हैं. It is becoming difficult. Now, meaningfully, how to convert the plastic. So plastic to fabrics, and the fabrics is quite in use. Fabrics is exported to other country. ये इस तरह की जो thinking, इस तरह की जो सेंसिटिविटी होती है, ये सेंसिटिविटी बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है और ये सेंसिटिविटी हमारे बीच भी आनी चाहिए that there are variety of problems that we are facing in the society. Can we pick up those problems? Can we think of solving those problems and giving it back something to the society? Society has given you many things. You are wearing a cloth. This cloth you have not been able to build up. You have not grown cotton. You have not been able to, make thread out of it. You have not been able to design. You have not been able to make a complete cloth out of it. You have not stitched your clothes, but you have paid some money and you are wearing a cloth. Thousands of hands have gone into it. The cloth that you are wearing, thousands of hands have gone into it. Do we not have any kind of responsibility for those 1,000 hands? I think this question, friends, you must ask to yourself, and giving it back, learning to giving it back to the society, learning, giving it back to the institution, learning, giving it back to the family. I think this type of thinking and this type of sensitivity is most important to be known as educated person, and that too in a professional field. It is becoming very, very important and significant. So I would go to the another one. Just see. It's an interesting one. So I want you to see that.
What can we do about spitting? Nagpur's Ritu Malhotra has invented a pocket-sized, reusable and biodegradable spittoon with seeds that will grow into a plant when disposed of.
Seeing the spit marks all over the public places like the railways, parks, historic places and momentums really broke my head. It put a thought in my head that why do people do this? We set a bad impression on the people visiting our country.
Spit marks have been a bane in India. The railway alone spends hundreds of crores to clean spit stains every year, and millions of liters of water are used up as well, all of which ultimately pollutes water bodies as well.
I realized that this problem doesn't have a solution. If we want to urinate, we have washrooms. If we want to smoke, we have smoking zones. On average, a normal human creates 1 to 2 liters of saliva daily according to studies. But if we want to spit any of it out, we really don't have a solution.
That thought made Ritu come up with a solution. She launched Easy Spit, a reusable mobile spittoon that solidifies droplets in seconds and is equipped with materials that trap the microbes present in saliva. And surprisingly, when disposed of, these biodegradable spittoons turn into a plant.
We place a seed in this biodegradable spittoons, so when they are disposed of, they turn into a plant. So going back to nature, we aim to plant trees all over India by helping people.
Biodegradable, ऐसा कप बनाना जो बायोडिग्रेडेबल हो, जिसमें आपने स्पिट किया, उसमें सीड है, वो सीड ग्रो कर जाता है, वो एक यूजफुल प्लांट बन जाता है. नाउ दिस गर्ल थॉट ऑफ डिफरेंटली. इसने देखा चारों तरफ लोग थूकते हैं, चारों तरफ परेशानियां होती है, चारों तरफ गंदगी फैलती है, हम क्या कर सकते हैं? व्हाट इज दैट आई कैन डू? एंड दिस पर्टिकुलर प्रॉब्लम was hovering around her mind, and finally she came out with some kind of design, and she wanted to convert it in such a manner which becomes useful for the society. Now, हमारे और आपकी तरह ये लड़की भी थी, लड़की है. Now, इसने जो काम किया, ये काम से हमें कुछ न कुछ सीखना चाहिए. हमें ये सीखना चाहिए कि समाज में ऐसे कई समस्याएं हैं, और उन प्रॉब्लम्स का सोल्यूशन हाउ वी कैन थिंक ऑफ इट. अभी फर्स्ट ईयर में हैं आप, सेकेंड ईयर, थर्ड ईयर, फोर्थ ईयर, अभी 3 साल आपकी जर्नी है. यू नीड टू कवर 3 years मोर, एंड दीज 3 years यू नीड टू प्लान, you need to think of it, not today, not tomorrow, but 3 years time you are left with. And you have wonderful TBI, which is one of the best TBI in whole of the country, awarded as the best TBI of the country. ताली तो बजाओ, इतना तो सौरभ के लिए, इतना तुम्हारे इंस्टीट्यूट में है बेस्ट TBI, और ये they are inviting you. If you have any idea, you don't have anything, don't worry, come. तुम्हारे पास आइडिया होना चाहिए. पैसे नहीं है, सामान नहीं है, इंस्ट्रूमेंट नहीं है, इक्विपमेंट नहीं है, बैठने की जगह नहीं है, लैब नहीं है, कोई बात नहीं है. तुम अपने आइडिया को लेके आओ हमारे पास, हम सब कुछ तुम्हें देंगे. एंड वी विल प्रोवाइड यू ऑल काइंड्स ऑफ नीडेड R&D फैसिलिटी एंड अंडरटेक the R&D, develop product accordingly, and go for setting up an enterprise. And therefore, student friends, this is high time for all of you, and you should feel fortunate that you have a center here which is ready to provide you all kinds of needed facility. So think about it and repeatedly try to hammer your thinking, to come out with such kind of ideas. Let me go to the last one, just helping you to understand a simple mechanism, a simple thing which people can do it. You could see the idea of a simple man. For a simple thing, what a detachable kind of complete unit. You attach and detach. You attach it and go, detach it and keep it in your house. And whenever you feel like going without any efforts, you want to use your cycle. Choice is yours. Do it. And in this process, you are contributing to many things. Now, friends, these are some of the things which I thought of giving to you. Now, I would like to proceed ahead. What I feel like saying you that it's a R&D. It's a research and development. What is more important is the research and development. And looking at something, how do you undertake research and development? What do you do? I think this is becoming very important. Very simple example I have taken for research and development. The example is, you see, it's very common. It's not that it's uncommon. It is very common. It is uncommon in a place like Delhi. But if you are coming from the village setting, I'm sure that you must have seen it. Now see what happens. इनके लिए क्या किया गया? एक ड्रम बना दिया, उसमें पानी रखने की व्यवस्था है, and then you are just pushing it and you are taking it to one corner to other corner. Now ये एक very simple mechanism has been developed scientifically, and it is working out very well even in Rajasthan, place like Rajasthan. Now water from well, पहले लोग कैसे करते थे और उसके बाद में क्या हुआ? पुली लगा दिए, पुली लगा के खींचने लग गए. It's a simple R&D. Now आप ये देखो एक problem, importance of innovation, importance of research and development and innovation. ये ताजमहल का फोटो है। ताजमहल बिल्कुल खराब होने लग गया, काला पड़ने लग गया। So this problem was given to IIT. I will not name which IIT, only I will say IIT. And IIT people, suggested to apply some acid. They applied it. Immediately, जो उसके जितने भी तरह के धब्बे लगे थे वो साफ हो गए, लेकिन थोड़े दिन के बाद वो धब्बे उससे भी ज़्यादा डीप हो गए। उनको समझ में नहीं आया कि क्या करना चाहिए। So this problem they wanted to study. It was taken under the research and development process, and they found that it's a carbon deposition. And carbon deposition, because of the fact that the many types of vehicles were passing very close to Taj Mahal. So the simple exercise which they did, कि वो जो रास्ता था जहाँ से नज़दीक से जाते थे उस रास्ते को उन्होंने बंद करके दूसरा एक रास्ता बाईपास उन्होंने ओपन कर दिया, और जैसे ही उन्होंने बाईपास ओपन किया ये सारे धब्बे मिट गए, सब कुछ ठीक हो गया। नाउ ये रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट, नाउ द रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट टेक्स प्लेस लाइक दिस। वाइट हाउस में बड़ी प्रॉब्लम हुई। वाइट हाउस में सबसे ऊपर में बहुत सारे बर्ड्स आने लग गए, और बर्ड्स आने लग गए इसका कारण क्या था, ये इनको समझ में नहीं आया। बर्ड्स को हटाने के लिए बहुत कोशिश किया, बट दे वर नॉट एबल टू डू इट। सो रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट वाज अंडरटेकन, एंड इन रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट इट वाज फाउंड वेरी क्लियरली कि वहाँ पर बहुत सारे छोटे छोटे कीड़े आते हैं। कीड़े को खाने के लिए मकोड़े आते हैं, मकोड़ों को खाने के लिए वहाँ पर बर्ड्स आते हैं। So birds are coming because of that. And why the small type of ants are coming over there? The reason was the blue light. The light was blue at the top. So because of the blue light, it was attracting, small insects. And insect को खाने के लिए वो मकोड़े आते थे, और मकड़े को खाने के लिए बर्ड्स आते थे। तो ये सब बात ख़त्म हो गई जैसे ही उस लाइट के कलर को चेंज किया गया। रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट अंडरटेकन, ये अपने आप में बहुत ज़रूरी चीज़ है। छोटी छोटी चीज़ों के बारे में गहराई से, वेरी डीपली व्हेन वी स्टार्ट थिंकिंग, देन मेनी थिंग हैपन। स्पिनर आप लोग जानते हो ना, स्पिनर। ये देयर वाज अ टाइम व्हेन in African countries, people didn't have choice for any kind of blood test. They didn't know. Platelet count and blood test was a problem. So there was another set of people who evolved a mechanism. ये स्पिनर में उन्होंने ब्लड को डाल दिया, और ब्लड को डाल के स्पिन कराया। वो 300 RPM पर स्पिन होती थी। उसके बेसिस पर क्या हुआ, उस ब्लड को उसने ब्लड को सेग्रीगेट कर दिया, और सेग्रीगेट करके प्लेटलेट्स को काउंट करने में मदद कर दी। एंड इवन देयर वर सम सेगमेंट्स ऑफ द ब्लड विच दे वर एबल टू प्रेडिक्ट ओनली थ्रू स्पिनर्स। नाउ ये क्या है, ये रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट है। नाउ इन रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट many things have happened. Now it is your CEO. He is smiling because, with his efforts, many students had taken up this particular project, solar panel cleaning. And this solar panel cleaning was developed by a group of engineering students. I will not name the institute, but engineering student. And this is becoming very common, and people have started using it. This technology was sold in a hefty price. Cipher generator, where you are able to increase the power. Similarly, wireless laptop. कुछ नहीं करना है, वायरलेस लैपटॉप पर आपको रख देना है। आपको लैपटॉप ले जाकर रख देना है, मोबाइल रख देना है। And you are not supposed to connect with anything, and the laptop and mobile could be charged. So this is by our engineering students. CV generator. This is also to increase the power, double the power with the same fuel efficiency, same fuel. 1 लीटर में यदि इतना पावर जनरेट होता है तो जितना होता है उससे डबल होता है। ये CV जनरेटर्स का, ये ई शुगर कैन जूसर शुगर केन वाले अपना रिक्शा चलाते रहते थे, तो बड़ा सिंपल का काम किया, ऊपर में सोलर पावर लगा दिया, सोलर पावर से उसका रिक्शा चलता है और वो अपने आप चार्ज भी होते रहता है। रोबोटिक्स में फर्स्ट रोबोटिक्स वाज डेवलप्ड बाय योर नियर बाय इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज, and this robotic was donated to the AKTU, and still AKTU gate पर ये robotics लगा हुआ है। Now ये सब इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज के प्रोडक्ट हैं। मिल्क स्पिलिंग, अब दूध उबल करके बाहर नहीं आ जाए, अब वहाँ खड़े रहो, दूध को चढ़ा दो और चढ़ा करके खड़े रहो जब तक कि वो गर्म नहीं हो। So now there is a mechanism you are putting over there, and it does not allow milk to boil, milk to spill over. Similarly, ये स्मार्ट वॉल सेंसर वाइट वॉश के लिए आप सीढ़ी लाओ, ये करो वो करो। ये सौरभ का है जो हंस रहे हैं यहाँ पर, ये इनके स्टूडेंट और इन्होंने मिल कर के ये स्मार्ट वॉल सेंसर वाइट वॉश दे कुड डेवलप इट, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट the things were made quite easy for white washing. ये देखो ये कितना अच्छा है, इनोवेशन हब AKTU के ये इन्होंने क्या किया, इन्हीं का फोटो है। ये पंखे को साफ करना एक बहुत बड़ी दिक्कत है, पंखे को कैसे साफ करें, तो इन्होंने क्या किया, एक मैकेनिज्म डेवलप किया जिससे आप पंखे को नीचे ला सकते हो और नीचे ला के साफ कर लो, एंड आफ्टर क्लीनिंग इट you again lift it up and keep it there. So there is a rod, you are supposed to fix up a rod initially, that's all, and you are not supposed to do anything. Then the remote is there, through remote you ask the fan to come down and ask the fan to go up. So in this process you are able to clean it. This is done by your engineering student Mahip. Mahip is the name of the innovation head, innovation hub, head of the innovation hub AKTU. He is doing it, and electronic student completing his master degree and doing his PhD. Now, अब मैं आपको जो कहने जा रहा हूँ ये क्या है, ये अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ हैं। ये अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ क्या है, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने इतने तरह के अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ दे दिए आपके, इतने तरह के अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ दे दिए, और ये अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ बढ़ती जा रही है। इसका each and every point can be elaborated quite in detail, but I am not going to elaborate, particularly because of the time frame. What I would like to say, that opportunities are varied, very many. You ask for something, you are getting that immediately without any problem. आपके पास क्या अपॉर्चुनिटी है, TBI में सब है। आपके पास टेक्नोलॉजी है, आपके पास मेंटर है, आपके पास बैठने की जगह है, और सबसे बड़ी बात है आपके पास सीट कैपिटल है। सीट कैपिटल असिस्टेंस टू द ट्यून ऑफ अबाउट 7 crore rupees they have. So in case you want to make a final product and you would like to test the product in the market, you have an option taking 5 lakhs, 10 lakh rupees, from the seed capital, and on the basis of that, you do it, make it, test it, and then finally you start your product in TBI. The moment it starts running, go out and set up your enterprise. Up to 50 lakh rupees, you are not supposed to go to any bank, not supposed to go to any other financial organization. कुछ नहीं करना है, ऑफिस में जाइए, आपकी ऑफिस है, आप जाके बैठिए, एक फॉर्म भर दीजिए, दे दीजिए, और आपको पैसे मिल जाएंगे, आप लीजिए, अपना काम कीजिए. But you need to have a good product, and you need to prove it that yes, you have a good product. So you are not supposed to go out. You are lucky ones that this is the only institute in this vicinity, in NCR region, which has 7 crore rupees seed capital assistance plan. There is no other institution in whole of NCR. इनके लिए तो ताली बजाओ. So fact is, the fact is that you have such facilities. आपके इंस्टीट्यूट में सब कुछ है, उसको आप यूज करो ना. आपको कहीं नहीं जाना, किसी से नहीं मांगना. You are not supposed to beg. You are not supposed to go and stand in a queue to any bank or any other organization. You are supposed to be in your institute, TBI. That's all you are supposed to do. So friends, instead of saying anything about this particular slide, this is a lengthy one and it requires a lot of time. Sometime, if I come, I would like to deliberate and discuss. Incubation system के बारे में आपको हमने बहुत कुछ बता दिया. New promoting scheme, lot of schemes are there, lot of schemes. ये सब फाइनेंशियल स्कीम कुछ ऐसे हैं जिस स्कीम के बारे में सिर्फ इंक्यूबेशन के बारे में एक चीज़ आपको हम कहते हैं जो मेरे लिए हमको लगता है कि वो ज़रूरी है कहना, और ये कहना इसलिए ज़रूरी है कि ये कैसा होता है, इसके पीछे व्हाट इज़ द फिलॉसफी बिहाइंड incubation. I mean, that is important for all of you to understand. The philosophy behind. The philosophy is very simple.
Last one.
बस ठीक. ये this one. ये क्या है? ये मदर्स वूम के जैसा है. इसकी फिलॉसफी क्या है? फिलॉसफी इज़ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. लाइक चाइल्ड इज़ द मदर्स वूम. तो मदर्स वूम में क्या करता है चाइल्ड? बस चाइल्ड रहता है, उसको खाना पीना खिलाना उलाना ये मदर की ड्यूटी है, और मदर के शरीर से वो सारी चीज़ें जाती है, और इस तरह से हम उसको इंक्यूबेशन, उसको वो भी अपने आप में एक इंक्यूबेशन है. तो जिस तरह से माँ अपने एक बच्चे को जन्म देने के पहले उसे बड़ा करती है, और जिस भावना से, जिस सेंटिमेंट से वो उसके लिए आगे बढ़ती है, जिस सेंटिमेंट से वो उसके लिए काम करती है, और बच्चे के आने के बाद जिस तरह से माँ अपने बच्चे को चलना फिरना आगे बढ़ना सिखाती है. डियर फ्रेंड्स, ये जो इंक्यूबेशन है इसकी फ़िलॉसफी यही है. इसकी फ़िलॉसफी में आप बच्चे बन के जाते हो, और एक माँ की तरह वहाँ पर जो लोग काम कर रहे हैं, जस्ट लाइक ए मदर, दे वांट टू नॉरिश यू, दे वांट टू प्रोवाइड यू ऑल काइंड्स ऑफ नीडेड सपोर्ट, इंक्लूडिंग इमोशनल सपोर्ट, so that not only you take birth as an entrepreneur, but you grow and you keep on growing in your life setting. ये एक बहुत बड़ी फिलॉसफी है इंक्यूबेशंस की. Take advantage of this particular philosophy and take advantage of this kind of facility. और लास्ट में जो आपसे मैं कहना चाहता हूँ, it's not something which I am saying, it's something which is being said by अमिताभ बच्चन जी. बहुत अच्छा गाना गाते हैं वो, इसके बारे में. ये एंटरप्रेन्योर्स के लिए, जो लोग एंटरप्रेन्योर बनना चाहते हैं या जो लोग इंटरप्राइजिंग बनना चाहते हैं, एंटरप्रेन्योर छोड़ दो, तुम इंटरप्राइजिंग बनना चाहते हैं, अच्छे स्टूडेंट बनना चाहते हैं, अच्छे मार्क्स लाना चाहते हैं, अच्छे माँ बाप के लड़के और लड़की बनना चाहते हैं, उनके लिए ये कविता अपने पास रखो, और इस कविता का पाठ किया करो. लहरों से डरकर नौका पार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती. ये एक देखो लास्ट वाली लाइन, असफलता एक चुनौती है, इसे स्वीकार करो, क्या कमी रह गई देखो और सुधार करो. जब तक न सफल हो नींद चैन को त्यागो तुम, संघर्ष का मैदान छोड़कर मत भागो तुम. कुछ किए बिना ही जय जयकार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती. My all good wishes to all of you, my dear, and I want that we should continue to be enterprising in all sphere of your life. It's a wonderful place for you. इस जगह का मान अभिमान तुम्हें भी होना चाहिए, और इस जगह का मान अभिमान इस इंस्टीट्यूशंस को भी होना चाहिए. कुछ ऐसा काम करो जिससे कि तुम्हें ऐसा लगे कि वास्तव में मैंने कुछ किया है. आदमी की पहचान होनी चाहिए ना, आदमी की पहचान. अभी कुंभ का मेला है, 2 सेंटेंस कह के मैं अपनी बात समाप्त करूँगा. कुंभ के मेले में अभी यदि प्राइम मिनिस्टर चले जाएं, उनको जाने की जगह मिलेगी ना, जाने की जगह मिल जाएगी ना, मिल जाएगी, कोई दिक्कत नहीं होगी। क्यों दिक्कत नहीं होगी? ये राजा की कहानी है, एक बड़ी अच्छी कहानी है। एक ब्राह्मण देवता थे, बहुत मिठाई खाते थे, और मिठाई खाते थे तो वो जो कुछ भी उनको मिलता था पूरा ही खा जाते थे, वो छोड़ते कुछ नहीं थे। तो एक बार एक शादी में उनको बुलाया गया, तो वो आए तो कहे कि भाई मैं नहीं खा सकता कुछ, आज मैं खा के आया हूँ। तो बहुत लोगों ने रिक्वेस्ट किया, कहा कि मिठाई में क्या है? तो लोगों ने कहा रसगुल्ला है। तो कहा कि कितना है? बोले जितना आप खाएंगे। बोले ठीक है, तुम ऐसा करो एक बाल्टी ले आओ। तो एक बाल्टी रसगुल्ला लाया गया, वो खा गए। फिर कहा और भी है क्या? तो बोले और है। दूसरी बाल्टी, तीसरी बाल्टी। जब सब खत्म हो गया तो उन्होंने कहा ठीक है ना, अब खुश हो तुम लोग? बोले हाँ खुश हैं। तो लास्ट में एक आदमी ने चलते हुए पूछा कि देवता जी आप ये बता दीजिए आपने खाया कैसे जब आपका पेट भरा हुआ था? तो उसने जो आंसर दिया उसको हम रिपीट कर रहे हैं, वो आंसर हम सब के लिए एप्लीकेबल है। उसने कहा कि देखो, राजा के लिए जगह बनाना कहीं दिक्कत नहीं होती। रसगुल्ला क्या है? रसगुल्ला मिठाइयों का राजा है। तो हमें तो डालना है सिर्फ, जगह बनाना तो इसका काम है, क्योंकि ये राजा है, भीड़ बहुत है, प्राइम मिनिस्टर जाना चाहेंगे तो जगह मिल जाएगी। तो ये तो रसगुल्ला तो राजा है, इसलिए मैंने डाल लिया और मुझे जगह मिलती चली गई। अपना स्थान, यूनिकनेस टू योरसेल्फ, यूनिकनेस टू योरसेल्फ। अपने को ऐसा बना लो कि राजा की तरह जहाँ जाओ। और ये इंटरप्राइजिंग का मतलब this is the way you can become enterprising. So wish you all the best and we will keep on meeting. Thank you and thank you very much.
Dr. Mishra, your wisdom and guidance have been truly inspiring. Thank you for sharing your invaluable insights with us. Let's give him a big round of applause.
To honor the incredible contributions of Dr. S.P. Mishra, now we invite Mr. Saurav Kumar and Professor Batra to come on stage and kindly present a memento as a token of our gratitude and appreciation. Please give them a huge round of applause. सेक्शन
एक मिनट सर, मैं एक मिनट। जो काइट में टीबीआई स्टार्ट हुआ था, सर की वजह से स्टार्ट हुआ था। सर ने उसका इनिशिएटिव लिया था, डॉक्टर एसपी मिश्रा सर ने। और आज जो काइट है, सर एडवाइज़र भी रहे काइट के, और आज भी टीबीआई को गवर्न कर रहे हैं। किस तरह से, जिस तरह से टीबीआई वर्क कर रहा है वो सर की गाइडेंस में काम कर रहा है। एक बार आप सबसे रिक्वेस्ट है कि एक बार खड़े होकर के सर के लिए तालियां बजाएं। थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच सर।
Next, we have Mr. Prerak Gupta, the visionary behind Azhar Engineering Private Limited. His startup, Sonic Mobility, is revolutionizing EV charging solutions with cutting-edge research and innovation, shaping the future of sustainable mobility. Now, we request all the startup founders, Mr. Prerak Gupta, Mr. Shyama Jha, Mr. Jyoti Brahma Chakravarti, and Mr. Divyam Abhishek to come on stage and be seated.
Give them a huge round of applause, please. Miss. Now we would like to invite Dr. Rashid Ali to kindly come forward on stage and present the oxy plant to Mr. Divyam, Mr. Jyoti Brahma Chakrabarti, Mr. Prerak Gupta, and Miss Shyama Jha. जी सर, एक साथ ही बोला सर, एक करके एक करके। Please give them a huge round of applause. इसके बाद क्या
Next, we have Mr. Prerak Gupta, the visionary behind Azhar Engineering Private Limited. Let's invite Mr. Prerak Gupta to stage with a big round of applause.
बस मतलब मेरे को देखना नहीं है, बस पीछे से आप लगा सकते हो।
ओके सर, वो तो कर दीजिए। ओके, यस सर।
कंपनी प्रोफाइल है ना जो फर्स्ट स्लाइड है, बस उसको
बस
हाँ Good to go? Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to stand before so many bright minds, innovators, leaders, and change makers of tomorrow. I'm Prerak Gupta, co-founder of Sonic Mobility, and let me give you a brief background to familiarize you with the company and what we do. We are an EV solutions company working on making EV ownership seamless, accessible, and affordable by setting up a robust charging network. As an electrical engineer from Penn State, my background gave me technical expertise, but my journey into EV charging started from a personal frustration. The lack of charging infrastructure when I needed to charge my EV at a friend's society. So as Naga sir was saying, we need to address the problems that we see in our everyday life. When I had this personal frustration, around the same time, I came across an interesting post on social media about Henry Wells and William Fargo, who became wealthy during the gold rush, not by mining for gold, but by addressing the challenge people mining were facing, which was storing and transporting it. Wells Fargo today is one of the largest banks in the world. They built their business model around the idea that when everyone's mining for gold, sell the shovels. This made me think, when everyone's focused on EVs, the real opportunity lies in enabling the ecosystem, charging infrastructure. That realization led to the birth of Sonic Mobility with a vision to build a robust, accessible, and smart network to power all the EVs in India. My co-founder and very close friend thus started working on the idea to make residential EV charging more accessible. Entrepreneurship is often described as risky, unpredictable, and incredibly challenging. All of that is true when you're trying to build anything new from the ground up. But at the same time, it's extremely satisfying, deeply rewarding, thrilling, and impactful. I believe if you're an entrepreneur and don't wake up in the middle of the night thinking, what do I do now? You're not doing it right. So why entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurs solve problems. It's not about creating the next shiny product that everyone would pose with on Instagram. It's about solving a genuine problem that matters to people, business, and planet. It's about making the future easier for generations to come and play our part in the future. In my case, it was accessible and robust EV charging infrastructure. There's no shifting to cleaner energy without seamless charging infrastructure. So we set out to make EV charging more accessible. Every new station and every new user is a testament to our commitment to cleaner future. Entrepreneurs own their impact. When you create something from scratch, you have the opportunity to see it unfold in front of your eyes and see its intangible impact. For us at Sonic, every new station, every new user is a testament to our commitment to cleaner future, and it makes EV adoption easier. Well, you guys would be wondering, what about the money? As eventually everyone is in it for the money, right? I believe if you create a product that genuinely solves customers' problems, money will follow. At Sonic, we earned just 2.5 rupees in our first month of launching. But we never gave up and even thought of quitting. And today I'm here sharing our success story with you. Entrepreneurship isn't about having all the answers. It's about having the willingness to find them and having a reliable team. Believe me when I say this, your team is your biggest asset. So whenever you hire the right people. Resilience is essential. Setbacks and rejections are a part of the journey. And these setbacks are just stepping stones. If you learn from them, as I said earlier, success in entrepreneurship comes to those who persist when others stop. And I can guarantee that. Entrepreneurs build the future as per their own terms. People would say EV, AI, etc. are just trends. Well, they're not here for long. But the truth is that we're living in one of the most exciting times in history. AI, IoT, and clean energy are driving innovation. Climate change and urbanization demand bold solutions. If there ever was a time to be an entrepreneur, it's now. Your ideas can have a global impact. At Sonic Mobility, we're not just building EV charging solutions, we're building a cleaner, smarter, and more sustainable future. And that's something I want all of you to think about. How will you make an impact? To everyone here today, I leave you with this. Entrepreneurship isn't for the fearless, it's for those who choose to act despite fear. It's for those who dream to dare big, challenge norms, and turn frustration into opportunity. If you see a problem that bothers you, don't wait for someone else to solve it. Innovate, take a leap, start small, dream big, and stay persistent. The world needs your ideas, your energy, and your boldness. At Sonic Mobility, we started with one question. How do we make EV owning a reality for everyone? Today, we are helping power the future of mobility. What question will you ask, and what future will you create? I would also like to express my sincere gratitude to the entire incubator team for providing me with the opportunity to speak with you today. I would like to take this moment to encourage you all to take the advantage of the exceptional resources you have at the incubation center and the highly experienced mentors that the incubation center has to offer you. It is commendable to witness the remarkable work that Saurabh sir and his entire team are undertaking in supporting startups and entrepreneurs like us through our entrepreneurial journey. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your insights and contribution to EV industry. Your work is truly paving the way for a greener future.
Our next speaker is Ms. Shyama Jha, founder of SJR Consulting Private Limited. She is building Wow Mom Foods and # setting up food processing plants near farms and helping farmer families create top quality food brands. Let us invite Ms. Shyama Jha to the stage with a huge round of applause.
Thank you and a healthy good morning to all of you. I'm sure now भूख लग रही होगी सबको. So here we are giving you a solution. Can't give you here right now on the plate, but I'm sure at least this will help you a bit like calm your satiety and be ready for the food next. So I'd like to start how did this started. How we started with our journey as Wow Mom Foods. So, like you people, journey as your career, we are into the second step. जब आप अभी स्टार्ट करोगे, अभी आपका चल रहा होगा एंटरप्रेन्योर बने या नौकरी ज्वाइन करे, चल रहा है ना, कॉर्पोरेट ज्वाइन करे, कैंपस देखे, चल रहा है कि नहीं? So once you start, after that there will be one more inning. After 15-20 years, जब लगेगा जो भी कर रहे हो अब कुछ अलग करना है, नेक्स्ट करना है. So we are that part of the world where we have gone through a corporate 15-20 years of complete corporate tenure and then felt यार बहुत हो गया, अब कुछ और करना है, right? But दोनों जो circumstances is almost the same. Right now, once you start up, they are starting up, they are also startup, and we are also startup. So we'll consider that it's the same kind of thing. So when we thought of doing it, पहला चीज दिमाग में आया, what मिश्रा सर वाज टेलिंग, द अपॉर्चुनिटी पार्ट, कि क्या है जो हम मिस कर रहे हैं सबसे ज़्यादा. सो यू नो, लाइक राइट नाउ यू ऑल्सो मस्ट बी सीइंग इट एंड वी ऑल्सो फेल्ट इट इन आवर कॉर्पोरेट डेज दैट what we were getting troubled with the thing which was most was eating. है ना, अभी होता है ना, कुछ दिमाग लग रहा है तो खाना है, कुछ होता है. एग्जाम के समय ज़्यादा खाने का मन करता है, अभी भी भूख लग रही है तो क्या खाओगे अभी जाके? लंच में क्या खा, अभी दिमाग में क्या आ रहा है, क्या खाना है? छोले भटूरे और पकौड़े और नूडल्स, पास्ता आ रहे, जंक फूड्स, रास्ते में ठेले पे नूडल्स, वड़ा पाव. सो फ्रॉम देयर आवर थॉट केम इन दैट सबसे ज्यादा जब भूख लगती है आप क्या खाते हो? जंक फूड. खाना तो सब खाते हैं, एनी टाइम खाते हैं, बट सबसे ज्यादा क्या खाते हैं? जंक फूड्स. सो फ्रॉम देयर आवर थॉट स्टार्टेड. As I have limited time, I'll go slightly fast. So from there the thought started that हम भी वही कर रहे हैं 20 साल से. जब भी स्पेशली इन कॉर्पोरेट जब स्ट्रेस आता है, प्रेजेंटेशन बनाना है, बॉस की गाली सुननी है, टारगेट्स है, तो सबसे पहले क्या याद आता है? थोड़ा कुछ खा लो. क्रेविंग हो रही है, प्रेजेंटेशन बनाना है, खा लो. टारगेट सेट करना है, स्ट्रैटेजीज बनानी है, कुछ खा लो. सो दैट इज द वे कॉर्पोरेट ऑल्सो वर्क. मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम एवरीबडी इज वेरी मच इंटरेस्टेड इन ईटिंग, बट हम क्या खाते हैं? And imagine my last corporate journey was in a mall. I was heading marketing of a mall. तो वहाँ सोचो क्या मिलता था? केवल खाना and all junk food. So there, that is the place where something triggered us to think that why we eat always junk food, why can't we unjunk the junk? And from there our journey started of Wow Mom Foods, unjunking the junk food. That is आपके fast food को हम कैसे healthy बना सकते हैं. And that is where Wow Mom came into existence. Now as the name suggests, Wow Mom. Can you tell me why Wow Mom? माँ का हाथ का खाना. दूसरा, मम्मी भी बहुत खुश होती है जब आप लोग healthy खाना खाते हो, होती है? तो that is why this is Wow Mom, because we felt that हेल्दी जंक फूड जब मम्मी अपने बच्चों को खिलाएगी, बच्चे तो खुश होंगे ही. एट द सेम टाइम आप लोग क्या बोलोगे मम्मी को? वाओ मॉम बोलोगे ना, मम्मा यू आर वाओ. सो दैट इज द प्लेस हाउ वी स्टार्टेड दिस ब्रांड वाओ मॉम. एंड मॉम, द वर्ड मॉम, थैंक यू, द वर्ड मॉम मीन्स the next meaning of mom is magic of millet. Because we thought of unjunking the junk with the base of millet. मिलेट आप लोग जानते हो सब कोई? क्या होता है मिलेट? बाजरा और ragi. So there are almost 9 kinds of millet, and recently you have been hearing, because we are talking lot of things about millet, but we started slightly before the millet talk came into being. We started in 2018. The thought started in 2018, and right now we are with Wow Mom Foods and one more brand, Navan Foods. But where we stand right now is not just creating an innovation in food, but also something else which we are doing. So these are basically, I'll start with my brand and the food products that we are having. We are having all kind of snacking item in our kitty. We are having all the instant foods which are also made out of millets. We have noodles, pastas which we have made out of millet. And your kit TBI is helping us develop instant noodle made out of millet. So we will compete with Maggi with a healthy product, which is something like your instant Maggi, but it is made out of millet. So that also is in process. So if we talk about our innovation, where we stand right now, why we are slightly different from other food industry also, because we have believed in inclusion. It's not about only SGR Consulting who is developing Wow Mom Foods, but behind Wow Mom Foods is a vision wherein we have lots of tribal people who have come up with us, and in our factory they are working. Can you imagine 70% tribal workforce working with us, and we have given them an economic development of 200 to 250%. That is, जिन्होंने कभी कमाई का सोचा नहीं था वो हमारे पास कमाते हैं, जिन्होंने सैलरी का सोचा नहीं था वो सैलरी लेते हैं, और जिन्होंने कभी सोचा नहीं था कि वो अपने बलबूते पे खड़े हो सकते हैं वो वहाँ काम कर रहे हैं, और वो काम करके क्या बना के दे रहे हैं आपको, ये इस तरह की प्रोडक्ट्स बना करके दे रहे हैं. So people who have not visited schools, colleges, who has not done any kind of hospitality management studies, who has not been a chef, yes, they are making these kind of products for you. So we very proudly say that we are having 70% women, tribal women workforce, and that's why we have been acknowledged by our President Madam also, because we work with Santhal tribal people. Besides, to make a complete ecosystem, we have also created a farmer producer company. We help farmers. Our farmers are being trained to develop best possible millet so that we never have problem of raw material. Now with 10 minutes of time, I can't tell you the complete linkage of the ecosystem, but basically when we talk about any kind of business or any kind of new thing, new product you want to develop, you have to remember the complete ecosystem. Ecosystem में raw material आता है, ecosystem में manpower आता है, ecosystem में market आता है, ecosystem में way to make it आता है. तो आप अगर चारों पांचों चीज को एक साथ लेकर के चलते हो, then only we develop an ecosystem. And when we talk about Wow Mom Foods, we are creating a complete ecosystem. So right now when you hear a word called farm to fork, so we completely cover the entire ecosystem of farm to fork, because we are working with the farmers. At the same time, we are bringing you products at your doorstep. We do lots of capacity building for farmers. As I said, we have been, their farmers family, the tribal family are only working with us in the factory also. Besides, हमने वहाँ के local handicraft को भी अपने साथ ले रखा है. How do we utilize it? We make gift hamper out of it. So when there, वहाँ पे बहुत अच्छे सबाई grass के baskets बनते हैं. So what we have done a very nice capacity building for them also. We have trained them, and they make gift hamper के लिए जो baskets होते हैं. So we are not only creating an ecosystem around our own product, but we are including small economy which is flourishing around and making it a larger one by including it in our kitty. Not only this, but because we have huge amount of women workforce और सब हम गांव-गांव में काम करते हैं, तो we are also creating small enterprises of millet by doing a capacity building training of those people around them. And we proudly say that in our entrepreneurship development program for rural and very interior India, we are having 99% women workforce who are getting trained for our entrepreneurship, and they have the complete certification. And now we have about 10 such enterprises who are already functional or about to be functional. So we are not only creating our own product, but creating a rural enterprise. You people are blessed enough to have a TBI kind of setup, but rural enterprise does not have anything like of that sort. So we champion in that, and we are one of institution who provides such kind of thing in the rural area. So these are some of the work which we keep doing along with government and along with other institutions where we develop rural enterprises also. So we just don't have products, but we have a complete set of thing to create a sustainable, resilient economy. We know our system will not fail because we are not only developing a product, but we are keeping the complete chain ongoing, complete ecosystem ongoing. And this is our first unit, which is in very rural India. It is in Orissa. Anybody from Orissa over here? So nobody. So it's very much near Calcutta, and it's in interior of Orissa. We are sitting in a tribal land, and there we are working it. But at the same time, a question arises. आप लोग तो स्किल हो, इन लोगों को हम स्किलिंग कैसे करेंगे? How would we make them work on a machine? Can anybody say how to make a rural India who have not done any kind of training, who have not taken any kind of training, or who have not done any kind of studies, how can they be made trained to work on bigger equipments like food processing machines? Any idea? Huh? Somebody said something. अच्छा, कैंप में क्या करेंगे? Very nice. So we also did a lot of that kind of thing. But let me tell you, आपके nice. But let me tell you, आज के अर्बन इंडिया में जितने सारे फैक्ट्रीज है, उसमें कौन काम करते हैं? कौन काम करते हैं? गांव से ही लोग आके काम करते हैं उसमें. तो ये वर्कफोर्स जिसको हम सोचते हैं वहां जाके फैक्ट्री क्यों लगाए, वहां कैसे काम होगा, दैट इज द बेस्ट पॉसिबल वर्कफोर्स. एंड वी आर टैकलिंग वन मोर थिंग इज दैट migration. We are also arresting migration. We are not allowing migration to happen. So we are not only developing product, we are not only giving you good healthy products, we are developing a market also. We are developing raw material, we are developing the rural India, we are developing enterprises, and we are not allowing migration to happen from wherever in the places where we are working. And this is the reason why we are working with lots of government organizations. We are working with MSME India to create more such ecosystems. So this was our first unit which came up, and because we make it a point that we should put our heart and energy into it. It was very difficult. I am only telling you all the good parts about it. Someday if I get the time, I'll tell you what all are the वो कहते हैं ना behind the curtain activities. Those are. इसकी भी बैटरी जा रही है, इसको भी भूख लग रही है. So these are the things which we can discuss it in detail, but once it is made, our first unit made, it was not looking back, we didn't have to look back. It was a very acceptable thing, acceptable kind of ecosystem for everyone, especially government and all. They felt, all the government organizations, even the government felt that this kind of things can be created, and because of that we got more opportunities, and we are able to not only move out of Orissa, but we are able to go to Bihar. Now we are about to develop a new ecosystem in banana. So अब हम banana के भी foods आपको supply कर पाएंगे बहुत जल्दी. Besides that, we are getting into very, very difficult zones like Northeast, and in Nagaland, Meghalaya and all, we are coming up with new units. So if you talk about us, we have created a complete ecosystem, and we are constantly creating ecosystem. From farm to fork, we are completely making a real definition of farm to fork. And thanks to you people, once you people start eating healthy, unjunk foods, our market will be bigger and bigger. So with Wow Mom Foods and our newly launched brand Navan Foods and our work in Millet Magic Foundation, we feel that you all also will get some insight out of it, and all of you can contribute something to entrepreneurship, which your TBI is helping you with, and wishing you all the best in your future. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your invaluable insights and for proving that innovation thrives when backed by fearless determination.
लेके अंदर जाने क्या? लेके अंदर जाने से क्या करना है? वीडियो चलानी है? इसी में चलो इनवाइट कर दो. Now we invite Mr. Jyotish Brahma Chakrabarti, founder of Mercedes Solution Private Limited. His company is solving the problem of dry fodder shortage in India with smart ideas like compact fodder blocks and special nutrition blocks for animals. Let us welcome Mr. J.B. Chakrabarti with a huge round of applause.
सर वीडियो या फिर प्रेजेंटेशन?
वीडियो ही बस चला दीजिएगा 2 मिनट।
प्रेजेंटेशन
वीडियो ही चला
वीडियो चला रहे
2 मिनट में।
2 मिनट। सर क्या ऑडियो ऑक्स वाली बात नहीं, वो सर से बोलो ऑडियो चल रहा है। ऑडियो के लिए कह दीजिए।
कोई नहीं, तब तक से पिक्चर
प्रेजेंटेशन चला रहा था। ऑडियो दे दे, बाकी वीडियो ऑडियो चला रहे। बात बड़ी से कैसी हेडफोन सेलेक्ट करें सर। कर दिया, आवाज़ तो आई सही जो
गेहूँ चला देता है तो उसको कुछ बेनिफिट नहीं।
अच्छा, प्लेयर की ऑडियो एक ये भी खुली है सर।
होता, लेकिन अगर हम उसके खेत से गेहूं का भूसा बनाते हैं तो पर एकड़ 200 to 500। फार्मर अगर खेत में गेहूं डंठल जला देता है तो उसको कुछ बेनिफिट नहीं होता, लेकिन अगर हम उसके खेत से गेहूं का भूसा बनाते हैं तो पर एकड़ 200 to 500 देते हैं और साथ में उसकी 5 कीगी से 15 किलोमीटर तक गेहूं मिल जाता है, जो गेहूं काटते वक्त हार्वेस्टर से छूट जाता है। इस तरह से किसानों को 500 SI 1200 बेनिफिट मिल जाता है। हम गेहूं के भूसे के स्टोरेज और ट्रांसपोर्टेशन की समस्या का समाधान करते हैं। हम आसान परिवहन और आसान भंडारण के लिए गेहूं के भूसे को बिस्किट के आकार में बनाते हैं। उत्तरी बिहार में बाढ़ आपदा की स्थिति में जानवरों को ऊंचे स्थानों पर स्थानांतरित करना एक चुनौती बन जाता है, खासकर उनके भोजन को लेकर। इस चुनौती से निपटने के लिए हमने 1 किलोग्राम वजन वाले विशेष बिस्कुट पेश किए हैं, जो पानी के संपर्क में आने पर 5 किलोग्राम तक बढ़ जाते हैं। प्रत्येक सुबह और शाम एक बिस्किट देने से न केवल जानवरों का पेट भरता है, बल्कि यह भी सुनिश्चित होता है कि उन्हें सर्वोत्तम पोषण मिले। 4 इसको बनाने में हमारी हेल्प Dr. Pankaj Kumar Singh, Associate Professor and HOD.
वी मेक सस्टेनेबल फूड फॉर एनिमल। जैसे हम लोग अगर भूख लगती है तो कुछ कुरकुरे चिप्स या कुछ पैकेट लेकर खा लेते हैं, वैसे डिजास्टर के टाइम जानवरों के लिए हमने स्पेशल बिस्किट बनाया है कि उनको एक बिस्किट खिला देने पे उनके दिन भर का भोजन का हो जाए। हमें सपोर्ट मिला है निधि IR से, इजराइल एम्बेसी से, RKVY रफ्तार, IIM लखनऊ इंक्यूबेशन। थैंक यू।
Thank you, sir, for showing us that challenges are just opportunities in disguise.
Our last speaker is Mr. Divyam Abhishek, founder of Pradipath Private Limited, India's first science service-based company in agriculture drone technology. Let's welcome Mr. Divyam Abhishek with a huge round of applause to share his story.
No, we don't.
हुआ CFO चला गया, CEO चीफ एग्जीक्यूशन नहीं हो पा रहा है, एग्जीक्यूशन CEO नहीं है. So it's a small team wherein you have to do right from planning to execution. You have attitudinal issues, startup fail हो गया. कितने स्टार्टअप आप याद करिए, every day you have 50 apps, you have 100 failures, new 100 apps, old apps gets disappeared from the scenario. You have Domino's, it was fail in maximum cities. CCD, you talk about, आप पेटीएम देखिए, एवरी एग्जाम्पल इफ यू हैव, देर आर प्रोज एंड कॉन्स की हाँ वो सक्सेसफुल किस पीरियड में हुआ, व्हाट मेक्स हिम फेल्यूर इन अ डे, ओवरनाइट द स्टार्टअप डजंट वर्क. So dear students, lot of innovations those were done during COVID times, but only those were jugaad. So there is a difference between jugaad and there is a technological startup. And every startup should have, that will have its own cycle. Learn, even if you want to go for a job, 6 digit, 7 digit, 10 digit, 8 digit, we will be very happy, but for that, learn confidence through your own initiative, a change, become a change maker in the society. I launched this course in successive 5 organization. I started with a tier 2 city in an autonomous institution, and my students, first year 500 projects or 500 different ideas, all on social innovations. Second year we have scrutinized and we came out with just 200. Third year those were 75 to 100, and final year successful 50 startups, and we funded like anything. So it's a good journey. Even if you don't want, you can anytime leave this course in second year, but that is just a beginning. सोच को बदलो तो आप अपने आप को कहीं किसी और प्लेटफॉर्म पे देख पाओगे. I just appeal through this course, which is a 2-credit course, no formal examination. We just wanted you to form an interdisciplinary team, find out social problem which can give you a business, planning for that idea, how you are going to work on that, and pitch your idea in front of investors. That's it, the course will be over. In between, learn patent filing so that you can retain and protect your intellectual capital. Each one of you can file a patent, you can be an innovator. That's it, that's the success of this story. I have launched this in Nagpur, then Galgotia's University. All 3,000 students have gone through this course.
when I was leading Galgotias, I was leading Lovely. I have launched this course for 10,000 students, and then finally this is Kite, wherein I wanted each one of you, even if you don't want to be entrepreneur, just be an innovator, just think about social problems which are going to give you the money, fame, branding, everything, and finally the confidence to launch yourself, to stand in this society. With these words, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Preeti Bajaj ma'am, for your insightful words and inspiring vision. Your guidance sets the foundation for innovation and entrepreneurship, motivating us all to strive for excellence.
Now, as the session comes to an end, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to esteemed guests, deans, and faculty members. A special thank you to all the students. You may all leave.
So thank you so much, Saurabh. This is second day of this Ignite workshop. It would not have been possible without your leadership. All the deans, and the first year I could see Dr. Batra was there. Prarthana, thank you so much. Rashid ji, everyone, Ajay, I can see Dr. Neeraj over here, and those who have attended the past sessions. Without your support, Dr. Batra, we could not have done. And Dr. Rashid, please, we want an interdisciplinary team from everyone. So I missed the thank you part, which is very, very important. Bhupendra ji, thank you for your team and all discipline. So and wonderful team of first year who are taking leadership, and Pathak ji, thank you so much. Thank you all.
You may all leave now.
Thank you. थोड़ा आराम से मतलब क्यू में निकले ताकि धक्का ना लगे किसी को, प्लीज़. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.